last session, we started off in a area of the City of the Dead, a massive graveyard.
Did Clayton drop off?
I think he did. I'm sure he'll come back on though. If I don't see him in like a bit, I'll figure out what's going on. In this area of the City of the Dead, we found this graveyard section that seemed to be mostly filled with Urzatsari imagery, etc. It was kind of built into the fences. You saw some statuary that seemed to kind of be carved with some of the Urzatsari symbol. And kind of your pursuit of this lead that Corvold, a halfling, had kind of sent you on in terms of finding the Urzatsari here. As you kind of tried to figure out how to get into this complex below, Zunis set off a bit of an alarm, and you were all attacked by an invisible stalker that was really trying to destroy Zunis, the person who set off this alarm. Luckily, after some clever things, you were able to finish off this foe and solve the puzzle that it was needed to actually undo the code and open up the sarcophagus that led into this complex underground. Kind of already realizing that whatever is down here already knows that you're here, you decided to pretty much charge full steam ahead and just kill everything, which you
God
did.
Damn it, I missed this week.
which you did quite handily. Between Dent and Thad's area of effect spells, the complex was just a flame of radiant light and fire and everything, and pretty quickly you destroyed not just the cultists, but also the other Warforged soldiers that were stationed here. Dent had, as usual, no emotion, didn't care if he killed one of his own, and you pretty quickly cleared out any combatants inside of this complex, allowing you to explore. You kind of explored around, and what you realized is this is a very old complex, well-maintained. Clearly people have been staying here for quite a while. And it seemed to be a place where people stayed long-term. There was a dormitory. There was also a very nice office space that was also kind of a bedchamber, so you assumed the leader of this faction probably stayed in this particular area. Not wanting to investigate or mess with too much more, you kind of head down the main hallway. And as you went through this hallway, you saw that there seemed to be a resource room that was heavily gated. Weren't able to figure out how to get into it because there was no key. There was just a circular opening next to it. And instead, you kind of decided to head towards the biggest, most obvious thing you could see, which is this huge set of metal double doors that were almost perfectly closed. There was no light escaping through it. It clearly was somehow meant to be airtight, sealed. So you pushed it open, easily enough, strangely. Didn't seem like anyone stopped you from opening it. It wasn't locked. Everything seemed to open without issue. And as you opened it up, you entered the space that seemed surreal. You almost walked into another world. It's foggy. You can barely see. It feels humid and damp. The walls are no longer stone. It seems like it's a rocky cavern covered in moss. But more alarmingly, in the center of this space was some recognizable figures. These half fish, like these purpley, slimy creatures with these huge fish heads, worshipping what seems to be a floating world spike in the center of this space. But being not as stealthy as you hoped to be or planned to be, you got their attention, and they all immediately turned around and essentially began to attack. And that's where we'll start with everyone's initiative rolls.
Wait.
Yes.
If I recall, I think we were like going through this kind of place that had like a place where people were eating, and there was like a desk that Jesse was investigating.
It's true.
And then it didn't fully investigate because I said we should move on.
Correct. That's all correct. Yes.
I thought that's where we ended up, and we were trying to break into this other room, and then the game ended there. I don't remember the fish heads at all.
You got into the other space.
We got in, and the doors closed behind us.
You.
So
okay, I totally forgot that. Okay, cool.
That's the best part of recording all of this.
As you were recapping, Nate, it all came back to me, and I was just like, "Oh no!"
So once again, you can blame Zunis for whatever situation you're in. We should just move on. We don't need to see anything Sometimes it's just rats. Like, let's just go.
Fair.
You know what? That's the adventurous spirit.
That's right. Zunis
man.
is almost
I
single-handedly.
just have to up the stakes.
Yeah, exactly. Zunis is almost single-handedly moving the plot forward. That's his whole purpose in this. I just want to go home. In either case, I would like initiative rolls from everyone, if you could.
I got 14. And is there a map we're supposed to be looking at right now?
Yes. Let me make sure you have the updated link. I will send it now, in fact.
I'm at 16.
Oh my god, 0.
Good rolls today.
Oh.
I rolled a 1 and my initiative is -1.
Oh no.
What did you get, Zunis, again? Sorry?
0.
0. All right. I'm going to give you a 1 because 0 doesn't work.
Thank you.
Ivo or Thad?
9 for me.
9. And Ivo?
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
No rush.
So I'm transferring. I'm now up and running on my work laptop, which is a little bit newer.
Ooh.
So I don't. Does it sound? You hear an echo now?
No, I don't hear one.
Yeah, you sounded crystalline.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
Dude,
I got Discord going on my work one.
Now we're playing
And,
D&D.
Yeah, now this is really happening. So I'm getting 2 screens going. What are we doing? Initiative? Give me
Initiative,
one
yes.
sec.
Initiative, yes, please.
Yep, there's that echo.
Did it come back? Maybe it's just when I yell. Maybe it's my fault. It's usually my fault. All right.
I got 8. 8 for initiative.
All right. 8 for initiative. Burp, 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 burp. 8. All right. Start. All right.
Are we still waiting on that map?
I sent it to you via text.
Oh, text.
First up is going to be one of our fishy friends. And he is... Let me get your characters on the map here, because I forgot to do that, because I'm dumb. You're good.
Hey, DM, I don't have my text linked up with my computer. Is there any way you can also link it in
Discord?
the chat?
100%.
Appreciate it.
Get y'all onto here. I don't know why that's running.
Wait, and how was the Martian on rewatch?
Dude, it's a fun rewatch. It's a great movie. What were we talking about? There was something we were talking about that was kind of like I didn't think of it before. I'm gonna forget now, but because I was watching it with Katie and then her roommate Becca, and they had a good take on it. I can't remember, but it's a dope movie either way.
All right. So
It stands up even when you rewatch it.
one of the Kuoto is going to run forward at Ivo, seeing him kind of in the front. And he is going to hit you with one of his attacks. And Ivo, you take... I don't know why you are running so slowly today. Unfun. Where are you? Ivo, you take 3 points of damage.
Cool.
Shit.
Dent, that brings us to you.
That does bring us to me. I attack K2. Somebody, is anybody else hearing that echo?
Yeah, I think it's...
I'll mute myself. I'll mute myself.
I think it might be Ivo still. No, he's muted. It's not him. Yeah.
Testing.
Now I don't
Testing.
No, I just muted it. I'm hooking up my AirPods right now, so
Yeah,
it would be
it's
better.
still-
Give me a sec. But I'm going to mute them.
Okay, cool.
So what are you attacking him with? How are you attacking?
Yes, of course. I am going to I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the old Scorching Ray.
All right. So Scorching Ray sends 3 blasts. So I need you to roll to hit 3 times. Which on Scorching Ray...
First roll is...
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Where it says hit/DC.
Yep, exactly. Should say like +6 on that.
Yep. First roll is 26.
That hits.
Second roll is 14.
That hits.
Third roll is 16.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage for each. That all hit.
So I then the one to the right of it, damage, and I roll it 3 times. Right, damage 4, or excuse me, damage 7 with the +3.
So 7 total or 10?
7 total.
Nice, okay.
And then why did you do that? Sorry, 1 second. Thing popped out a little side tab and I can't close.
No, it's all good.
There we go. Okay, that was the first one. Scorching Ray, damage. Next one's 8.
Nice, okay. And the last one?
And the last one is 11.
11, all right. This Kuotoa just erupts in flames. Just says like, almost like a boxer combo set of punches. And just before the last one even hits him, like completely, he just melts into like a fishy puddle on the floor. He is dead. Dent, anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna... No, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay. All right. That's going to bring us to one of these other Kuotoa. This one seems to be larger than the other ones. He is going to charge forward and get to Dent. And Dent, he is going to, first things first, take a bite at you. That one will miss, but he will come back around with his staff. It's got like a pincer staff. Like it's almost like one of those like garbage picker-uppers, but much more deadly and vicious. And that one will hit you. Actually, what's your armor class, Dent? No, that actually misses you. They both miss. Sorry. So he'll just kind of stay there and in frustration at you. But another one right in front of him will come down and do the same thing. And he will also try to hit with both of his attacks. First one hits. And then as he hits, he can't quite get his pincer staff down on you, but you do take 4 points of damage from his bite.
Cool.
So 4 points of damage on Dent. Okay. Rowena, that brings us to you.
One sec. Okay, I would like to rush in front of Ivo, and I'd like to hit -3 there with my my rapier.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll to hit for me.
$22.
22 definitely hits. Go ahead and do your damage. And because nothing is near it,
Okay.
you can get sneak attack on that as well.
Nice. All right. I got 9 plus 16 total.
16 total damage. Nice. This creature is not dead, but he is just on the floor, almost completely annihilated. Still alive, but barely. Anything else on your turn, Rowena?
That's it.
Awesome. All right. That's going to bring us to another one of these creatures. This one's all the way far in the back. And I think he is going to also try to just come into the fray here and get close. How far can he go? He can get to Rowena, and he is going to try and take a bite out of you with his piranha-like teeth, and he will miss, which leads us to the gentleman in the center. This one is quite a bit more unique than the other ones. He doesn't seem to have the same kind of look. This one seems to be, he's carrying a staff. It's got a kind of carved creature on the end of it. He's got like almost ceremonial robes on. In fact, this is what he looks like. So he seems to be the leader of this particular group. And he is going to kind of come down into the center here. And let's see what our friend's going to do. Yeah. So the first thing he's going to do is cast Hold Person. What's the range on that? 60 feet? Yeah, he's going to cast Hold Person on Zunis because he's all the way in the back. Zunis, I need you to roll a Wisdom saving throw for me, sir. Let me know what you get.
Sorry, 6. Sorry,
Six.
I thought I had unmuted.
You fail. And as you hear this, like, and he's like shaking his staff at you and like slams it onto the ground, you just suddenly feel your body go numb. And soon enough, you're not able to like move your things. You're still standing there, but almost petrified. You cannot move. You are paralyzed.
I can't move my things.
You can't move anything. All you can do right now is blink and stare. That will end
Sounds
his
about
turn.
right.
Actually, yeah, that will end his turn. And that will bring us to Ivo. Oops, sorry, Thad.
Yes, and I don't think I'm on the map yet. Is that true?
You are correct. Yeah, let me get you on there. Sorry. But you are basically where Zunis is. You're like right next to him.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I am going to. I'm going to go ahead and cast Command.
Okay.
At what level am I going to do it at? I'm going to do it at first level.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it at the UI.
Okay.
And attempt to force drop its staff.
What's the DC on command?
14.
He does make it. Rolls a 19. Anything else on your turn, Thad?
Well, in that case, the answer to your question is no.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Wait.
All right.
Actually, as a, I don't know if this is allowed.
We'll see.
But, it's a bonus action. Can I cast? No, I can't because it's a spell. Never mind.
Yeah. All right, so that'll bring us back to one of these. That'll bring us back to Ivo. It's your turn now, sir.
Okay, so yeah, I think seeing what wait, Thad, you just tried to cast a spell on U1, right?
Yep.
Still seeing that U1 is kind of taking Zunis out of the equation. I'm gonna move up, or I can move him to that point, and then I'm gonna take my Shatter Spike right at his ugly fish face and his is that a lobster staff?
I think so. I think it's like half lobster or something. I don't know.
Weird. So yeah, I'm gonna take my Shatter Spike at him.
Okay.
Or my yeah. All right.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Go back to actions. So I got a 21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Is this the 10? This. Ooh, 10. 10 damage.
10 damage. All right, nice. Anything else you want to do?
Well, how's he looking?
He barely looks bothered. Remember,
All
you
right.
can't attack. Remember, you can attack twice now, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go at him again.
Okay.
Take another swing at him.
Yeah, go for it.
This one is 16.
That does hit.
Nice. That damage is 14.
14. All right. He just kind of burbles at you, shakes his staff.
Father.
So
Motherfucker.
one of the other large Kuatoa on the top, seeing that his priest has paralyzed Zunis, swings wide and comes down straight for him. And he will also take 2 swings at Zunis. Since Zunis is paralyzed, he does get advantage on both of these hits. First one hits. Second one.
How can you miss a paralyzed?
That's a great point. He does hit with both regardless. So, you, because you have armor on still, it has to get through your armor. You take total 9 points of damage. You are also grappled because you can't break out of this. So you are also restrained by his giant pincer strap. So even more so, you are stuck and having a hard time breaking free. Another creature, this one also a Kuatoa, but this one seems to be more of this hulking mass. Doesn't really have a weapon on him, just seems like a big bruiser. Seeing this is going to run wide and also kind of clear in. As he starts to come down, though, Zunis, can you roll a perception check for me?
Sure.
DM, while he's sorry, that was a lag. DM, I was just gonna ask, I know you said it at the start, but could you give us a quick reference onto the terrain we're looking at exactly?
Yeah.
Are we on a walkway and there's boulders around us? It's kind of tough to tell.
Yeah, it's intentionally dark. It's hard to see a little bit. It's very dim light. Even for the ones with dark vision, it seems obscured, which is strange. You seem like you are in a humid, moist cavern with lots of moss and puddles around you. But it doesn't seem to be, while it's uneven terrain, it's craggy and stuff, it doesn't seem to be difficult to scale.
So we could travel any of these squares basically like normal, the different shades of blue and stuff doesn't mean it's a hill or a mountain or anything. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
And sorry, Nate, what did O3 look like?
I will show you. Hold on one second. I'm getting loaded up.
Quite the
I can't
face.
see your screen right now, Nate, or your camera for some reason.
No?
But it could just be me.
It could be me. Sometimes Discord gets really weird. Let me get it up and I'll show you. Just
Yeah, it sticks you in loading or whatever.
Okie dokies. Artichokes. Okay, you wanted to see O3, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is O3.
Ah, I see him. Yes.
So, Zunis,
Yeah.
what did you roll on your perception check?
8.
Okay. Hard for you to see anything because you're not able to move your head backwards at all. But you notice the fog around you starts to swirl up a bit. And it reminds you of a little bit of the swirling when the doors into the space opened and then closed. And suddenly you see this whoosh through the fog kind of come out. And it just seems like this huge shape. And for a moment, you kind of panic because you think that it's another Kuatoa coming from behind you. But rather what you see is this huge creature that you've never seen before with armor on and a giant glaive start running through beside you at the Kuatoa that's charging you. And Hans, if you want to maybe describe a bit of what your teammates see.
Oh, snap.
So Hans, if
Wait,
you
who might be on
want
mute?
if you want to
There he
describe
is.
a little bit of what your character looks like so they know what they're seeing run into this room with them.
I'm about 7 to 8 feet tall. I am. Forgive me if I go to my crib now, Steve. Please forgive me. I am I'm about 7 feet tall. I have a beautiful blue skin and a beard and a kind of a mustache and beard mullet thing going on right here. I'm a Furblog's. My name is Firo. and I am a paladin of the Oaken Shield. So I may look, I may appear a little bit intimidating, but I just a kind soul.
So yeah, you see this giant furbolg. What some of you know what they are. Most of you do not. They're pretty reclusive. But it's this huge 7 foot, 8 foot tall creature. What you do notice that really stands out to you, Zunis, is that emblazoned on the chest plate of this new creature is the oak and acorn, the oak leaf and acorn of the symbol of Sylvanas that you recognize from your visions almost immediately. So what I do need from Firo, though, is I need you to roll an initiative check for me. So the way that you're going to do that on D&D Beyond is if you look on your character sheet, there is an area that says initiative right next to your armor class. Just click on that for me and tell me what you get.
I got 15.
Nice. All right. Firo. 15. All right.
I just have to say it is so awesome to be surprised with the entrance of a player character again. It came in and I was like, oh, that was like a fun one-time thing. And then I was surprised all over again.
Well, I got a little worried because almost immediately Anna goes, who's Zap? What's? And I was like, oh, shit. No, I don't know. It must be a mistake or
That's
something.
a test.
I don't know. Where did you go, Firo? Where am I not seeing you? You're somewhere on here.
And second time is the charm as well, because with Dent, it was like there was a little delay. You're like, you run into this person.
Well,
we waited for 3 minutes.
Correct. We did test. We did test it, and I also had to pull out a random perception check out of my ass, but it all worked out. We're fine. All right. So, and then you guys were just sitting there yammering about freaking Mets and stuff. So I was like, oh man, poor Hans is just chilling in this other room. All right. So
We actually talk less than we usually do.
that's true. Part of it was me trying to rush. Okay. So it's still O3's turn. But I'm going to move things a little bit out of order, so forgive me on this one. But first up, I am actually going to let O3 finish its move now that he knows that Firo is here. Where are you, Firo? I'm going to put you on the map, sir. So, Firo, if you're looking at the map, you are the character right next to Zunis, marked with an F.
Looks like the nicest guy of all time.
You know, we'll see if that ends up being true. So O3, seeing this new combatant come in, decides to change gears, and he goes after Firo instead. And he's going to try and take a couple hits at you.
He's going to try.
With his claws. First one. Ooh, definitely misses. And he is going to take since he couldn't bite you, he's going to try and take a swing at you with his webbed claws. That one will hit, and you will take 5 points of damage. And I think he's going to save that attack for his next turn. All right, that'll end his turn. Zunis, that moves us to you. Just so I can set the stage for Firo a little bit here. You entered through this complex, through these metal double doors, expecting to see more stonework on the inside, and instead you were in this cavernous, otherworldly space, where it seems as though there's fog and rock. It almost looks like you went even deeper underground. Surrounded by these fish creatures that you do know what they are, because you have studied nature for quite a while. These are Kuatoa. They're half-fish people that are pretty malicious. But what you're mostly focused on is Zunis is apparently paralyzed. He is unable to move at this point. He is also in the grasp of these like giant pincers by one of these fish people. But Zunis, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
With my limited abilities, I would like to lay on hands for myself.
I don't know if you can, because you are paralyzed. So let me give you a list of what you can do. Hold, please.
I wasn't sure what I could do, so I was going to give that a shot.
Yeah. Basically, anything that requires moving or talking, you won't be able to. Yeah, you're basically incapacitated, but I think you might be able to try and break it. Let's see if you can.
I'm just going through all my spells.
Yeah, basically, if you would like to try, you wouldn't be able to do anything. if you succeed, but you can try and break it with another wisdom saving.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll a wisdom
Just
saving.
roll it. Oh, I rolled an 8.
An 8. You are still paralyzed, sir, and unable to function.
That's just all I could have done.
Correct, as of this point, because you're essentially considered like you're conscious, but you're basically unconscious. You're incapacitated. You can't do anything. But that'll bring us back to Dent. Dent, what would you like to do, sir?
Dent it up. Okay. I'm going to try something here.
Make up your own catchphrase? I love it.
What?
Did you just coin your own catchphrase?
Dent it up?
Yeah, I love it.
We're making T-shirts.
All right.
Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to what is it called? Infuse.
Okay.
One of my weapons. I would like to infuse enhanced. Ignore half cover with spell attack. I'm gonna go ahead and infuse enhanced arcane focus onto. Which one would help me the most? Onto my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, onto my crossbow.
Cool. So I will mark off one of those things. Cool. It is now infused. That was your action. Would you like to do anything else?
I can basically just move at this point, right?
Correct. Or use a bonus action if you have any.
Okay.
Also, to answer a question, your dog is not in there yet because you haven't figured out exactly how to use it.
For my bonus action, I'm going to use a bonus action. I'm going to go ahead and use my flamethrower, my Eldritch Cannon flamethrower.
Your flamethrower isn't out yet. You haven't summoned your cannon.
Can I summon it as my bonus action, or is that just a regular action?
That is a regular action.
How do I know if it's summoned or not? It's just like...
You have to call that out. So the same way that you said I want to infuse an item, you say I want to call out my Eldritch Cannon, and then your next turn you can use it.
Got it. Okay. Then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move away from these two guys that are right in front of me, and next to. I'm sorry, it's bad with this. With a T.
Thad.
Thad. That's what I thought it was.
Okay, so as you move away from them, they can get attacks of opportunity on you. So each one's gonna try and take a swing. First one gets a 1, so he misses. Second one gets a 5, and he misses. All right. So Dent is able to kind of get back to his other teammates. That's going to bring us to next up, which is going to be one of these whips. And they're just going to move closer to you as you kind of cluster together. And he will continue kind of attacking in on you. First one was a natural 20. So just a heads up, that's going to suck a little bit. Second one is a 6. That misses. So first hit... You are going to take from his bite as he really just digs in deep. You're going to take 8 points of damage.
Oof.
But that'll end his turn. That'll bring us to the other one, who will... I think he's going to go for Ivo since you kind of ran away and Dent seems not so concerning to him. First one, he rolls a 16. That hits you. Second one... He misses. So you take 4 points more of damage, Ivo, as this creature kind of comes up from behind you and bites in. Okay. So that'll now bring us to our new friend, Firo. Firo, you are in combat. You've got your glaive at the ready. Just to help out a little bit, you can basically do 3 things on your turn. That might have changed from 3.5 a little bit. You can you can do an action, which you can see in your actions list there. You can cast a spell. That's kind of also an action ability. You get a bonus action. Those are listed in your bonus actions area. And then you can move. And your speed for Firo is 30 feet. Each one of the boxes on the screen represents 5 feet. So basically you can move 6 of those boxes. Sir.
Okay, that's fantastic.
What would you like to do?
Well, as I said, I'm just it's been a while. I'm an old D&D player, so just give me a chance. But the person that bit me, I'd like to take the glaive and aim straight for his neck and
Yeah.
take his head off.
All right, so that's a good start. Feels right. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is hit with your glaive. If you look in that glaive section, you'll see where it says hit/DC, and it should say +4. Just click on that +4.
Okay. Wow. Hang on a second here.
No worries.
Forgive me if I'm. Glaive. Okay, there we go. Okay.
And
All right. Then what do I do now? I'm sorry.
What number did it give you?
Oh, it didn't give me anything. I don't know if I'm doing this right.
That's okay. Do you see where it
Okay,
says
sure.
+4?
No, I don't see it.
Let me know what you're looking at on your screen, and I'll guide you through it.
What I'm doing, I'm going to proficiency in languages. Is that where I go?
Oh, I got you.
my
That's why.
weapons?
So your screen's probably a little bit smaller. In the bottom right, you should see like a grid. I think that's,
Yes. Okay.
tap
got
on that and then go to actions.
it. Got it. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Yep. Yeah. +4.
Yeah, and then tap on that +4. And I think it'll roll some dice for you.
Boom.
There you go. All right,
19.
19 definitely hits. Nice
He's
hit.
beheaded.
Well, we'll get there. So next to that, it says 1d10 +2. That's your damage roll. So now that you've hit it, roll your damage.
Okay.
And let me know what you got in damage.
7.
7.
9. 9.
9. Wonderful. All right. So this thing's pretty big and beefy. You do manage to get through its thick kind of skin and scaly flesh. But it's still standing at you, and it just kind of goes back at you. Seems as
One more
though you've
swing.
angered this creature. Anything else you'd like to do for
One more
on your turn?
swing.
Do you get another swing? Let me check. I don't know if you do.
More swag.
Actually, you do, because you have a feat called Polearm Master. So you can make a second attack with the back end of it. It's not going to be as powerful.
Okay.
So you still going to roll a d20 +4. So you can hit that same +4 button to swing.
Nah. 9.
9, that misses. So you're not quite able to turn it around fast enough and hit on that thing. Let me just see if
Okay.
you have any bonus actions available to you. You do have one. If you'd
The
like,
pole arm.
you can turn invisible.
Oh, sweetness. Yes, I will.
All right. You are invisible, in fact. So just note, this invisibility wears off if you attack anything, cast a spell, etc. But you are invisible.
Okay.
Firo, you are invisible.
Do I have any additional move, or am I
You can still move if you'd like. Yes.
I want to move towards Zunis.
You're
Since
pretty
that's
much.
I see him laying on the ground.
Yeah, you're pretty much right next to him.
Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to
Okay.
stay there, or do you want to kind of move into a different spot now that you're
No,
invisible?
I'll stay there. I didn't know. I didn't know where I was.
No worries.
That's fine. I'll stay there.
So that brings us back to Rowena.
No, I think. Okay, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. My computer's moving kind of slow. First, I want to say hi to my Uncle Hans. Most of you guys probably met him at the wedding, so I'm really glad he could join. I would like to... Which creature is causing Zunis the most trouble right now?
Well, the one that's paralyzed him is U1, the main priest of these fish characters. But there is one that literally has him in its like pincers, kind of pushing him. And then there's another pretty big one near him, but the one that has caused the paralysis is U1.
I would like to take my short bow and shoot at U1.
Okay, roll to hit. Yeah, you can make that shot.
20.
20. Natural 20 or total 20?
No, total 20.
Nice. All right, so that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. You will also get sneak attack on that one.
Okay. All right. Oof. Okay, one sec. Uh, 14.
14 does hit. Oh, so it's 14 damage. Sorry. 14 damage. Nice. All right. I just need to check one quick thing. Okay.
Go Zunis. I took revenge on it.
I just need to check one quick thing after he took that damage. I think he failed that. See if I can find that real quick. Where are you? Okay, yeah, he does fail that. Okay, so as you shoot in that that arrow, he kind of screams in pain and he like feels that bolt go through his shoulder. And from behind you, you hear this like huge like just gasp come out of Zunis, who seems as though he's no longer paralyzed. Although he is still grappled by these pincers, but you have been able to break this creature's concentration, and now he is no longer paralyzed. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, though, Rowena?
No, I think I'm good.
Deus Ex Machina. I like it.
Hey.
Early slot.
That'll bring us, though, to one of these other Kuotoa fish creatures. It is closest to Rowena, and he will try and bite at Rowena again. That will miss. That'll bring us back to the Archpriest, though, who is quite mad that this happened. So he is going to cast a familiar spell, I think you guys remember from last time. Where does he want to put it is the question.
I don't love to hear that.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of good stuff that happened last time.
There wasn't. All right, so... Okay, so around... First off, he's going to move... Yeah, I think he's going to move down one so he doesn't get an attack of opportunity. No, fuck it. He doesn't care if he gets it. Ivo, go ahead and roll an attack roll real quick and just see if you hit him.
I got a. Wait, do I do just the D20 or do I add on anything else to it?
Yeah, you do a D20 plus whatever that hit bonus is. So I think it's plus 7 with your Shatter Spike.
Oh, with the Shadow Spike. Yeah, so then that's a 13.
13. That does actually hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. 9. Ooh, 14.
Nice. So he takes 14 points of damage as he kind of moves aside. So, yeah, that's pretty huge. Okay. All right. We're going to make these orange. Let's see. Neat. Okay. So, as he kind of moves into that space, you see just from him as he kind of lifts his staff up and kind of puts both hands and just burbles. You see these little lobster creatures. They almost look like little shrimpies with wings. Just start to flip about. And all of you in that area, they kind of turn on you and start skittering on you. As he casts Spirit Guardians and summons his little minions to fight you. Since this is your first move, I need Rowena and Ivo and Dent and Thad and Zunis all to make wisdom saving throws for me.
Oof.
3.
Poor Zunis.
Poor Zunis.
I got a 0.
So been there.
I'm just gonna roll that real quick.
Unparalyzed just to swat these things away. I got a 22, Nate.
Okay, you pass.
I got 8.
8. Okay, you fail.
Ooh.
I get 11.
You fail.
Tough crowd.
All right. So anyone who didn't, with the exception of Firo, he's the only one who's not in that circle. So anyone who failed that roll takes 10 points of damage as these flying shrimpies kind of natter at you. And anyone who
I'm at
passed
2.
takes 5. You're at 2 points of damage. You're at 2 points of health?
Yeah,
How did that happen?
because you paralyzed me. I dropped 9 from that. And I was at 21.
That's right. I forgot he had a
Last-
thing.
Oh no, Zunis.
Zunis, 42. This is what happens when the DM
Hold
doesn't
on,
pay attention
Zunis.
to your life.
We gotta heal Zunis.
All right. Okay, so that will end the Archpriest's turn. And that will bring us back to Thad.
All right. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to attack -2. Is that what
Yeah.
one is called? Or 0-2? Number 2.
Yeah. 2. Yes.
So I'm gonna attack him with Helm's Retribution.
Okay. Roll to hit, sir.
I rolled an 11.
11. Okay. That is actually just enough to hit this creature.
Awesome. That's 5 points of damage.
All right. He takes 5 points of damage. He's still standing.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Zunis.
Okay. Remind me,
So
Sanctuary.
Zunis for the next turn. What?
I was just about to say, tell me what happens, but you were about to, so I'll let you continue.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Zunis for the next turn, you are warded against attack. So any creature who targets you with an attack or a harmful spell must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature has to choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Okay.
And you're protected until you make an attack.
Thank you so much.
Might be a good time to heal yourself. Just putting that out there in the world.
I know exactly what I'm doing with my turn. But thank you.
Ivo, though, that brings us to you.
Okay. So with the DM, do we know how these the spell that you one cast with all these little like weird fishy shrimp lobster guys, or do we know that like every round they're gonna keep inflicting damage on us, or is it like a one-time thing?
Let me just double check. When you just I think it's when you're in there. So while you're in this circle, your speed is halved, which means you can't move as far. You can only go half your speed. And for the first time on a turn. So basically, if you're in this area, the first thing on your turn is you must make that Wisdom save, and if you fail that save, you take damage.
Okay.
So I need you
Got
to
it.
take. Actually, I need Thad to do it as well. Well, that was the first one. We'll count that one there. Does that count on that?
So do I need to do another wisdom?
No, because
saving
this one you would have already had your first turn when he casted it. So on the next round, you'll have to do it again.
Okay.
Can I take any sort of bonus action as I close my turn, Nate, to like shout something to Ivo?
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll let you yell.
Basically, I just want to yell to him, take out the sorcerer. This spell's concentration based. A lot of words, I guess.
Shouting, I'll give you free actions. It's fine. So Ivo, what that means, because Ivo would have noticed that, and he actually also saw Rowena do this. When it took damage, it's hard for it to focus on the spell it's holding. So it was holding the paralysis first. It took damage significantly that made it drop its focus. He let go of the paralysis and then cast this other spell. So if he takes enough damage, he's got to make what's called a concentration check, which basically he has to roll higher than the damage you caused him in one turn. So if you hit him hard enough, he might drop this spell.
Well, thank you, Thad. I hear you loud and clear. I'm gonna just go ahead and take my old Shadow Spike back, since he's still in range and he's the prime target, to U1. Oh, are you moving me? Okay.
No, that was my bad. I didn't realize. I have it on my phone and I touched the screen.
Yeah, so Shadow Spike to U1.
Okay.
And since he's turned his back to me, I'm going to just try to stab him right in the back. The old classic back stab.
Do it.
With it. See what we can do. Ooh, that's a good start. So first swing at it. God, why can't I? There we go. Is a 22.
22. That definitely hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage is a 14.
14.
Good damage today.
Yeah, nice. Well, he rolled a 19 on a concentration check, so he still, as of this point, still has it up. But he is looking pretty beat up and showing signs of blood. Remember, every time you take an attack, you can make another one if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it again.
Okay.
Gotta finish this guy off. 20, not natural,
Yeah, still that hits for sure.
and then a 9 for damage.
He is still able to currently keep the spell up. But he is getting pretty worse for wear here. Next will be the whip that is currently on Zunis. He will make that wisdom saving throw because he wants to end Zunis. What's your DC, Thad? What's that DC?
15.
15. He does fail. So he is going to choose you instead. And he will instead try to bite you, but he... Yeah, I'd say Sanctuary would piss him off. He's actually going to let go of his grapple on Zunis and try and turn both of his attacks on you. First bite misses, and he swings back around with the pincer staff. Gets a natural 1. He misses both. But for the time being, you have saved Zunis' life. That'll bring us, though, to this big monitor creature again who is on Firo right now. And he will try and do the same thing he did before and attack twice. Once with his claws and once with his teeth. First one, Firo misses. He rolled 2.
Is Firo invisible?
Oh, Firo is invisible.
I'm invisible.
He can still try and attack you. He just gets a disadvantage. But he missed regardless. And both missed anyway because he rolled a 2 and then a 6. So, yay! I think that does bring us to Zunis, though. It is your turn.
I'd like to lay hands on myself.
Sure. Touch yourself all day, sir. I've heard it's good for you.
Yes. I'll use 15 hit points. And do I have another action after that? Or
that is your action, but you can have a bonus action if you have any available to you.
Let me just... Okay, healed myself a bit. And, I would like to, if I can, attack.
So you can't attack, but if I can make a recommendation, because you're not doing so great, and you're inside of this like circle o' death, I would strongly encourage the use of Misty Step here.
Oh, well, in that case, I will use Misty Step.
Do you know what it does?
Yeah. Refresh real fast because I was reading up on it earlier.
So where would you like to travel?
I would like to get away from this area as much as that has held me.
Okay.
And go between Ivo and Lady Rowena.
Do you want to stay in the circle or do you want to get out of the circle? Because every time you're in the circle, you'll take damage.
Get out of the circle. Save yourself.
Yeah, but that feels like such a selfish move. But
Get the fuck out of there, man.
All right. Save myself.
Yeah,
I'm getting out of the circle.
So you cast Misty Step. You can go all the way here if you'd like. Or even a little closer.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to be sort of close. So
this way you could still attack K1
have a chance,
if you want to, for sure. So that'll end Zunis' turn. And that brings us to Dent. Back to your turn, sir.
I cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. All right. So Thunder Wave's a 15-foot cube on yourself.
Will that be? Well, let me ask real quick. Will that be enough to hit the priest as well? 15 feet. It looks like he's within range.
That would be enough to. If you do it right on yourself, yeah, you'll definitely hit the priest. You'll hit this Kuatoa next to you. You'll also hit the one next to Thad. You will also hit Thad.
Thad, how you feeling about this move?
Does Dent care? I just want to know.
Thad asks Dent. Either way.
Thad says, "Do it."
I look Thad in the eyes and we bond in this moment, and then I cast Thunder Wave.
Nice. All right. So I'm just looking at your DC real fast. For Dent, you are 14s. All right. So for and is it a dex save for Thunder Wave? Con save. Okay. So for our Kuatoa priest, he gets no bonuses to con. Fails. For the whip, any saving throw proficiencies? No. So just a +2. He fails. And then for this other one, Jesus Christ, they all fail. Okay. So they're all going to take full damage, but Fad, I need you to roll that dex save or that con save as well for me.
Do I roll that 3 times? It says 3d8. What's up with that?
If you just click on the 3d8, it'll roll it for you. But you don't have to roll it 3 times. You're just going to roll it once, and it'll hit all of them.
I gotcha. The total is 13.
Okay.
Okay. I'll take 13 points of damage as well. I rolled a 7.
Yeah, you failed that one. Okay. So the Archpriest is now on his knees, just kind of barely holding on to the staff, trying to get some leverage. The Kuotoa closest to Dent, closest to you, is still standing, not very hurt. And then the one that was formerly attacking Zunis is showing some signs of wear, but is still pretty tough. Anything else on your turn, Dent?
Dent. I can't really do anything other than move. So I'm going to. Am I going to move? Sorry, let me take a little. Let's see. I'm good. I'm gonna. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move to the other side of the dude that's to my right, so that I'm kind of like splitting up their who they can face at one time. Yeah. Kind of a pincer move, if you will.
I will allow that indeed. All right, so that's going to actually bring us to that whip. He's pretty mad at you, given what you've done, so he's going to turn around and try to hit you with both of his attacks again. He's been chasing you all day. First one is going to hit you. Second one is, what's your DC? Not going to hit you, so you take total 4 points of damage. Did I do that right? Was it 4 or 8? Yeah, 4 points of damage. All right.
DM,
yes,
I had on my sheet, but I don't know why precisely, but I had that I had 5 temporary hit points. Do you know if those are still in effect, if you remember what those are from?
Those actually aren't. That was from Dent's safety cannon that he put up at the beginning when you were fighting the Stalker. That would have gone away by now.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thanks.
So that will bring us to this other Kuotoa, who is closest to Archpriest. He sees Dent kind of moving there. I think he's still going to go for Ivo, though, regardless. So he takes both swings at Ivo. First one's a natural 20. Second one's a miss. So Ivo, you take from this deep bite 8 points of damage. How you feeling over there, Ivo? Just so I make sure I have the math right.
Ooh. I'm struggling. I'm at 19.
Okay. That'll end.
And that was -3 did that to me?
Yes.
All
He
right,
got a natural 20 on his hit.
coming after him.
Dude, 19 is full health, bro.
Yeah. Firo, that does bring us back to you.
I have the little red blood icon underneath my guy on the thing. It's definitely it's getting down there. It's getting serious.
You're not wrong. Firo, you are invisible. Things do not know where you are. You can choose to move, attack, whatever you like at this point. Cast a spell.
Well, I'm gonna move around that bastard that bit me, and I'm gonna hit him, and then my attack will be right at the back of his neck.
Nice.
With everything I got.
All right, so I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll to attack, and because you're invisible and he doesn't know that, you're gonna roll at advantage. Advantage basically means you can make that hit roll twice, and you take the higher number. So click that +4 2 times and give me the highest one.
19.
19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ten
10 points of damage. Nice. One thing that you can do too as a paladin, if you do have some spells available to you, one is, what is it? Clear, go away. One that might be kind of cool. I just want to see. Yeah, that counts as a bonus action that you can do it basically before you hit things. It's called Divine Favor. And any time that you do, you hit, you'll do an extra D4 of damage with it. Just since you're new, I'll let you retcon if you want to cast that spell now and have it hit on this one. Would you like to?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
perfect. All right, so I'm gonna cast Divine Favor. You see that your glaive glows a little green from the magic of Sylvanas kind of pouring through it. And you said you did 10 points of damage?
I did 10,
Awesome.
and I rolled, I pushed, and I got 3.
Nice. Awesome. So you actually did 13 points of damage on this guy. Nice, good hit. And if you'd like to use that... Oh, well, you already used your bonus action, but on the next one, you can hit twice. So Divine Favor stays on until you lose concentration. So on your next turns, you don't have to cast it again. It'll automatically let you do that extra D4.
Okay.
But that'll end your turn
So
unless you'd like to move anywhere else.
So this guy is still standing after that, huh?
Yes, this dude's they're all pretty tough. There's a couple of small ones, but the one in front of you is one of the bigger ones.
All right, no problem. I'll just you said that Zunis was moving away.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I guess I would maneuver. I mean, I would maneuver for anybody that's trying to get out of. If they're not strong enough to get out of the way, I'll maneuver to get in between what's going on so they can get out of the way.
Okay. I would say your best bet, honestly, is probably to swing then around and try to draw them up towards Zunis. So I can move you up in that direction. You can make it down too if you want to get more towards Thad, or are you trying to get like right in the middle of everything?
I wouldn't mind going after that one.
The
one that's casting all those spells. So yeah,
okay, yeah, we'll charge you in.
Close to that.
All right, we'll put you back next to him. So I do need one quick thing from you then, since you walked into the circle of death. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. So on your grid, you'll tap on it. You'll see an area that says like ability saves, etc. You should see your saving throws in there. And there's one for wisdom. For you, it's a +5. Just go ahead and tap on that and tell me what you get.
No, where do I see the +5? I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me see.
No worries.
It just brought me back to my main page.
Is there an area where you see saving throws at all? Let me know if you see it.
Don't see it. Don't see it. Hang on.
Can we share a screen in Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Is that there?
I don't know. I guess what I'm seeing is that I'm at my main page and I don't see where it says save.
That's okay.
Oh, saving throws. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got it. No worries.
No, I see it.
Yeah, there's a lot on there. No stress. So there should be an area where it says wisdom, like WIS.
Yep.
And then it'll say +5.
I got +5.
Yep. Tap on that for me.
Yep. 19.
19. Cool. So you do make the save. So you only take 5 points from these flying shrimp lobster creatures.
Okay.
Target you as you enter the space. But that ends Firo's turn. Rowena, that brings us back to you.
Okay. I would like to actually go around Firo and use my rapier on U1, the priest.
You can do that. K3 is going to get an attack of opportunity on you, though. And it does hit, so you take 4 points of damage as you try to run off.
Okay. All right, and now can I roll to hit?
You can indeed. And you'll add your sneak attack on this one, too.
Okay. 26.
26 to hit, right? Or was that damage? That was
that was hit.
That does hit. So go ahead and now roll your damage on this guy.
$11.
How do you want to kill this thing?
Well, I want to. The energy in the circle kind of breaks down as this thing dies, and Zunis breathes a sigh of relief, and I stab my rapier into it and pull it out.
And you just hear like a as he falls to the ground dead. And the shrinking monster has disappeared.
Reach in, pull the heart out, and sit there and go.
Gruesome and wonderful. The other Kuatoa are also there. They are incredibly pissed off that you've killed their current priest.
Well, not current priest, but
Fair enough. They're previously they're former priests. The artist formerly known as priest. But Rowena, anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I can't use the ball bearings to scatter them and make people trip, can I?
I'll allow it as a bonus action. If you want to throw them in a certain direction, we can give it a shot. It might not make them trip right away, but we can try it on their next turn or something. How many?
All right, and how many? Well, I have 1,000.
Well, no, you
So,
have
I'd
90.
like-
You have 900 now because you threw 100 at the invisible thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they're
hold on.
small. You'd have to throw like a lot of them to make any effect happen. So,
Like 100?
like closer to 1,000.
Oh, well, okay. Let me see what else I have. I guess it's an attack if I take a hammer and hit one of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus actions.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, I don't think you really have any bonus actions to do.
Yeah. No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So that will end Rowena's turn. Bring us back to one of these other fish creatures. He is not worried about Zunis at all because he's dumb and angry. And so he is going to charge down and just climb over the corpses of his friends and go after Rowena, since she's the one who killed his former leader. Where's my D20?
Oh.
And he misses on his bite because he is so lost in his anger. But Thad, that brings us back to you, sir.
Excellent. I'm going to. I'm going to cast. I want to check one thing. I'm going to go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt. And we'll do that. Why not? We'll do yeah, we'll do that we'll do that at sorry, gotta check my spell sheet here. First level.
First level. And that is a hit, so you got to roll to hit. And who are you aiming at, by the way?
I am aiming at -3.
Okay.
And roll to hit will be a 14.
14 does hit.
And that'll be a total of 14 points of damage.
14 points. Definitely still standing. Creature has a ton of life. These guys are huge. And you have stumbled into their lair.
And there is another kind of condition on that. In game, everyone would notice that there's like a dim, glittering light that remains on that target.
Yes.
And maybe that's all I will say, given that you were so generous with my shouting last time.
I feel like a free. I mean, shouting's a free action. I'll give you a shout.
I'll just point at him. I'll Babe Ruth it and just
that
right
one.
at that guy.
And the name of the spell is Guiding Bolt. So, in either case, anything else on your turn then, Thad? That's all. Okay, Ivo, that brings us back to you.
All right, let's do it. Just to confirm there, even though it doesn't look like it on the map, K1 is underneath or in the square where K2 is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Just looks like it's dead K2 right now. Okay.
Yep, here, I'll see if I can remove him.
So what I'm going to do... yeah, so I'm going to move myself down here.
Okay.
And do a sweeping attack to hit -3 and -1 with my Shatter Spike.
Nice. All right. Using some of that superiority die. All right. I like it. Go ahead and roll to hit for K3 first or -3 first.
Ooh, not. I got an 11.
11 is actually just enough to hit these creatures. They are not hard to hit.
Nice. Okay. Do I do the D20 again? Do I do damage right now?
And wait, was that on -3 that you took that strike?
Yes.
Well, actually, you get advantage on that
Yes.
strike because of the spell that I cast, so you can roll again.
See if you get a
Which
crit.
you already hit, but it could be a crit.
Could be a crit. May as well take it, if you get it.
Oh. Not entirely sure what that means, but I'm going to do it. Roll it again. 19.
Actually, I think you do crit on 19 now, don't you? Because you're a fighter? Hold on. Features. Martial Adept. I know, that's one of your things. Class features. Action Sword Samurai.
If you crit on this, Ivo, then you do a whole bunch of extra damage. So it'd be nice.
No, you don't.
Nice.
You don't have that.
How do I
one.
find out?
I was looking. You crit basically anytime you roll a natural 20. For some fighters and other combatants, you get it on like a 19 as well, depending on your skill set. You don't have that one. What you do have though, which is good to know, if you're swinging a weapon with two hands and you roll a 1 or a 2, you can re-roll that dice to get a higher number. But in either case, feel free to roll damage on -3.
Ooh, only 5.
Were any of those ones that were rolled in that?
Actually, yeah. I rolled a 1 on damage. Can I re-roll that? I thought it was just the attack die.
No, on damage. Specifically, it's actually specifically on damage.
Oh, okay. Now I got a 10.
Nice. All right, 10 points of damage on this guy. Okay, and then you did sweeping attack, so you get I think a partial hit on the other one. Let me just double check that. Where are you? Feats, sweeping attack. So go ahead and roll that D6 or 1d6 because you used your die for it, and that will hit -1 as well.
Okay, D6.
Uh-huh.
Right, and I still add the damage, the +4, right? For the. Oh no, sorry, not +4. It would be. Do I add anything to it if it's a D6?
Nope, you just roll a straight D6 and whatever.
Because my Shadow Spike.
Yeah, there's no.
Got it.
I don't think there's any bonus to it. I can check, but I don't think so.
I get a 6 then on that D6, so very good roll.
Nice, yeah. 6 points of extra damage to this dude. Cool. Okay. Do you want to do anything else on your turn? Do you want to take that extra attack as well?
Well, I would actually like to do. I want to do Fighting Spirit.
Okay.
That's my bonus action because I also want to give myself 5 temporary hit points to help me out a little bit.
You got it.
And then this is, can I do sweeping attack again with Fighting Spirit, or do I have to just focus on one enemy?
You can't do. Do you want to do Fighting Spirit? Basically, as long as you have Fighting Spirit, on attack rolls until the end of this turn. So you could use advantage on. You already have advantage on -3, but now you can get it on -1 because you have Fighting Spirit up. So Fighting Spirit doesn't matter the enemies that you're attacking or the number of enemies. It's if it's all in one turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so then I'm going to attack -1 this time.
Okay.
Focusing on him.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll to hit
with the Shatter Spike.
Remember, you get advantage.
I got a 20.
20 hits?
On the D20.
Oh, that was a natural 20?
And then damage... No, sorry. I wrote no, total for the D20 was a 20, not natural 20.
Nice.
And then... the damage, it is a 10.
10, nice. All right, 10 points. All right, these guys are starting to get a little bit weakened. You're seeing some bloodstream go, but these dudes are just a pool of health. All right, so that will bring us back to one of these whips who's there. This one was the one that was attacking Fad earlier. He's going to go onto it, and seeing that Fad is using some magic, he will do the same in return. Fad, I need you to roll a saving throw of some type. Where is it? I need you to roll a dex save for me, sir.
My very worst. 12.
12. You actually do succeed. So you see that he tries to cast this kind of almost dark energy at you, but it seems to dissipate as it bounces off. You kind of hold up Helm's Retribution in front of it, and it just shies off of that one. That'll end its turn. That'll bring us to this big boy again, though, who just charges right at you. And he will also try and attack with both of his claws and his teeth. First one, there's a 2. That misses. Second one, 14. That does hit. So you actually take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from his unarmed kind of strike hitting you. You also take 3 points of lightning damage. So in total, you take 8 points of damage from this creature.
Jesus.
As you notice, he can electrify his hands. All right. Okay, so 8 points of damage down. That'll end his turn. Zunis, that brings us back to you, sir.
I am so far away, and I'd like to approach the group and get right next to -2 and hit my trident if I can.
Yeah, you can, totally. Do you want to be like this side or this side? Do you have a preference?
Yeah, that side, right there.
Okay. And then do you want to do any smites or anything first or anything else before you hit? Just so I know.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
I would love to do a smite.
Which one?
Perhaps Wrathful.
Ooh, indeed.
Yes.
All right. So you've got Wrathful Smite up. Go ahead and roll to hit with your trident.
Ooh, 19.
19 does hit. Yeah, nice. So that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That.
Say that again.
6.
6. Did you use the 1d6 plus 3 or the 1d8 plus 3? Do you remember?
I used the 1d6 plus 3.
Do the 1d8 because I assume you're attacking with both of your hands, like you're holding the trident like a spear.
Go from paralyzed to both hands. Feels good.
You know? On it.
The 1d8 was worse. It was 2.
That's okay. I'll give you the 6. Just remember that for next time. And then you can use your Wrathful Smite damage as well now.
Oh, okay, sweet. Find that real quick. That's also 1d6.
Mm-hmm. 1. That's all right. A little extra. He does fail his wisdom saving throw.
I like that Hans walked out.
Hans is like, this is shit. I'm not dealing with any of that nonsense.
He's gonna do a Wrathful Smite.
He does fail his wisdom saving throw on Wrathful Smite, so he is frightened of you and will spend his next turn trying to get the fuck away from you. But does take an extra bit of damage there from that. Cool. All right. Zunis, you actually, now that you leveled up to level 5, you also get extra attacks. So if you want to swing again with your trident, you can.
I do.
All right, go for it. Remember, it's the 1d8 one.
4.
4, nice. Awesome. All right, couple of good strikes. Looks like Zunis is back in the fight. Kicking ass, taking ass.
Paralyzed forever, baby.
All right. That'll end Zunis' turn. Dent, that brings us back to you, sir.
Back to Dent.
Back to Dent.
Okay. I heard something about a glimmering light on some part of these guys.
-3. Appears to be lit up like a Christmas tree, as if it makes it easier to hit.
Then that's exactly who we're going after, is -3 over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit him right in his shiny spot, if you know what I mean.
Indeed.
And you know what I'm gonna hit him with is I'm gonna hit him with a classic firebolt.
Nice. All right. So
light that menorah, Bernie.
Go ahead and roll to hit, and remember you get advantage on it because he's lit up, so you get to roll twice and take the higher number.
Right. Well, the first number is a 10.
Okay.
And the second number
This
is
guy's
12.
damaged me.
The 12 does hit. So you can go ahead and roll the 2d10 now.
That 2d10 is going to give us 12 as well.
Nice. All right. Good hit on this dude. Okay. He's starting to really get bloodied here. You've got him down quite a ways. Anything else on your turn, Dent?
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move back a couple diagonally. Correct. Yep,
Okay.
just like that.
They're both going to get shots at you because you're moving out of their range. First one
Absolutely.
misses. Next one misses as well. So they do both miss those pot shots. But that'll bring us back to another whip. And this one's going to keep going in on Ivo. Miss. Hit. You take 4 points of damage, Ivo. I also need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Ooh. 25.
25, nice. You are able, as you kind of feel the pinchers kind of squeezing on you, you just kind of like flex a little
You
bit.
hear
and
me?
just, they break open. So you are not grappled from these pinchers, but you do take 4 points of damage nonetheless. That'll end its turn, though. Okay. That will bring us to the other one that's on you, and he will do the same. First one misses. Second one hits. I need you to make that strength saving throw again. Ivo.
20.
20. You
I'm
again
strong.
are able to avoid being grappled by these pincers as they're squeezing on you, but you do still take another 4 points. So total between the two, you've taken 8 points from them. Firo, that brings us to your turn. You were looking at a few combatants around you. One is kind of a weakling onto your on your right. One is pretty badly attacking Ivo, this horned creature that seems to be an ally in front of you. And there is also another kind of weakling behind you.
Well, I'm definitely going to go with the one that's going at Ivo then.
Okay. And you still have Divine Favor on if you'd like. If you want to roll to hit with your glaive, we can see if that does that.
Absolutely. $17.
17 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage, sir.
$8.
8 points. All right. So that current one that was pretty bloodied, you take that glaive and you just shove it right into like it's like huge fish eye socket, and it just collapses to the ground dead. Oh, I got to hit that damage.
Sweetness.
So he is currently dead. I don't think you have any bonuses actions to you now. Unless you'd like to turn invisible again. I don't know how many times you can do that per day. I should probably check before I say that you can.
Yeah.
Let's see, Rachel traits. Yeah, you can't do that again. You used it once already.
So I think you said that person was to my left, right? For going at Ivo?
The one that you attacked was actually to your left. Kind of kitty corner left from you.
Okay. All right, then I'll go to that other one that's to my right. I'll move to the one to my right then.
Okay, you are in range, but you can't attack this turn, but you are on him if you'd like for the next one. That'll move us to Rowena's turn. Your turn.
I'd like to attempt to dispatch -2 using my rapier.
Yeah, go for it. You will get sneak attack on that one as well, so go ahead and roll. You did get advantage on that too, so remember, pretty much anytime you're around your friends, or you're not around your friends, literally because you're a swashbuckler, you get advantage on all of your attack rolls, because it's magic.
Oh, nice. I always forget that. I had 24. That was no advantage, but does that hit?
That definitely hits, yes.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yep, go ahead and roll your damage on it.
Okay. I love the sneak attack bonus. 9.
9 total? Even with the sneak attack?
9 total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got like a 1 the first roll.
All right. You're almost there, but this dude is still burbling and angry. Anything else on your turn?
Can we talk to these things? Do they talk back?
They seem to have a language, but you don't understand it.
Okay, I just wanted to ask it who it was working for, but I. I'm sorry. What was that noise?
Exactly. That brings us to one of the other Kuatoa. These ones are kind of the weaky ones, and this one is again going to keep going on Rowena because you're the one that killed his priest. It does hit you, Rowena. You take 4 more points of damage. Thad, that brings us to your turn.
Okay.
There are 4 left standing, right?
There are 4 left standing. Pretty much all of them are relatively hurt, with the exception of 03, and -1 is like so.
Okay. Thad is going to lift his what's it called? His holy symbol.
Yeah.
Speak a prayer and cast Radiance of the Dawn.
Okay.
Am I reading it affects every hostile creature within 30 feet? Would that hit everyone?
Yes, that would.
Cool. We're going to do it.
Do it.
He chants a spell for Thad, for Helm's protection. His eyes begin to glow bright blue, and he almost like levitates a little bit off the ground, and every creature has to make a Constitution saving throw. Every hostile creature. Y'all are good. DC 14.
Okay. 03, I just want you to help me keep track of this because there's a bunch of them. 03 succeeds. -2 fails. K1 fails. -1 fails. And K3 makes it. So 03 and K3 are going to take half damage, if I remember that right. Everyone else is going to take full damage. So go ahead and roll your 2d10 plus
correct.
5.
Clutch.
Let's do it.
Wait, what are we supposed to do?
Good. You all are good. You're safe. We're seeing how much damage goes to the baddies. I hope it's high. 15 points of damage.
That's all right. Not bad. It's pretty good on most of them. Okay, so the big kind of hulking Kuatoa does take a pretty good amount, but he's still standing. 7. We'll just call that 8. Round up on damage. The one in front of you dies as he's blinded by this spell. The one closest to Rowena is on its last leg. Like, in fact, one of the legs came off, so he literally is on his last leg. The one below Ivo is still standing, but pretty badly hurt. And the one far off is dead. So you have managed to kill a couple of them. The big kind of green one is still... This one doesn't seem to be as smart. He does literally seem to be just more of an attacker. But there are still some hostile enemies around you. Thad, would you like to do anything else, sir? With your holy magic...
So that is it.
All right, Ivo, bring to you.
I believe Ivo is making a sandwich of some kind.
A sandwich? Thad just wrecked a few of them, so just so you know.
I was making a wrap, just to clarify. Yeah, I gotcha. So K1 is still it's under K2, right? On the map.
Correct. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to move.
It's the location.
Hold on. Yeah, there. That way we can just move them out of the way. Okay.
Okay, cool. There it is. I'm gonna go after -1 because he's been attacking me. K1 does his own thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna take my Shatter Spike to -1.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
So first try, 14 is the first attack.
14 does hit.
Nice. Damage is 14 as well.
Nice. All right, 14. Do you want to use your second attack as well on this guy?
I do if he's still standing.
He
Let's
is.
do it.
Yeah. 17. All right. 17 hits.
17.
Yeah. 10 points of damage. All right. This dude drops as well. You're able to kill him.
Damage is 10.
Quick question, just so I can see it, because it might be me. My Discord's been being weird.
Yes.
Is Clayton delayed for anyone else, or am I delayed for everybody?
I think Clayton's slightly delayed for me.
Just want to make sure. That's okay. I've been reading your lips, so I've got him. Just like 5 minutes later, the sound comes out.
Clayton's still at the fridge for me.
In the spirit, that's where he's at anyway.
Should I try to sign back in?
You can give it a shot. Before you go, though, just know you did kill this dude. He is dead now. So that will end Ivo's turn and bring us to this other hulking beast who's kind of focused on Thad. And he will try and do the same thing as he did before. First shot with his teeth miss. He comes back with his claws. They hit. You again take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as well as 3 points of lightning damage as he's charged up his claws. So total 8 points of total damage, but some of it's lightning.
I'm going to go ahead and also use as a reaction Warding Flare.
Okay.
Assuming that the creature can be blinded, they'll get disadvantage on this attack roll.
Oh, nice.
So the one that
sure. I can roll them again.
Disadvantage.
Yep. First one missed already, so I'll just roll for the second one. It's cocked, sorry. He does miss on that second one. Good call on that Warding Flare. He is not able to hit you. You suffer no damage. Okay, that'll end his turn as he kind of burbles at you angry. Magic! I actually want to just check one quick thing on that too, Thad. Warding Flare. Is he blinded or just for that moment? Just on the attack roll. Okay, cool. So that'll end his turn. Zunis, it's back to you. You've got one of the Kuatoa in front of you and the other big, kind of big hulking beast still awake as well.
I would like to use my great sword on my fellow fishman.
Okay.
K1, right next to me.
Do it. I mean...
22.
22 hits. I mean, this is what you're killing. Just so you know. Look how cute it is. He's sad. But it does hit nonetheless. Go ahead and roll your damage, sir.
10.
10. All right. This dude just crumples as you slice his fish head right off. Finally able to get through all of the health that he had. He is gone. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Just say hi to Hans. How you doing, man?
So that ends Zunis. That'll bring us to Dent. Back to you, sir.
Mute. There we go. I was muted. Well, I got this crossbow that I'd done infused, and I'm looking over at fish number 3. Is that within range? My bow is...
Oh, yeah.
I believe...
Yeah, you're well close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're only like maybe 15, 20 feet away from this thing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hit this guy with a crossbow attack.
All right, roll to hit.
We are looking at 13.
13, I believe hits. Why did I lose it? Where'd you go? Yeah, that does hit. Just enough to hit.
With the damage of 2.
2.
Plus, right. Is that plus 1 though? Is that 3 total then?
Yes, that is 3 total.
Woohoo.
All right. Yeah, you're not much of a dexterous combatant. I do want to check. What infusion did you put on? Do you remember which one you added to this?
Yeah. I put, let's see real quick. I believe I just had infuse item. Wait, no, that's wrong. Sorry. Where do I look for infusions? Would that be under?
I'm trying to see which ones got them to you. I think you have to pick. I don't remember which ones you picked. That's the thing. There's a bunch that are in there. We'll spend some time and we'll figure out which ones you choose. But there's certain infusions you have. Let me see if I can. They're just not listed on your character sheet. Build. New tab. Come here. Let's check what infusions you picked. Infuse item. Show more. All right, so you.
Is that under features and traits?
Yeah, it's not really clear on your character sheet because it's kind of there.
Right.
So you picked the infusions that you have to choose from are enhanced weapon, which does bonus to attack and damage rolls by +1. You have enhanced arcane focus that wouldn't help your crossbow at all. Enhanced defense that wouldn't help your crossbow at all, and then returning weapon, which means if you throw a weapon, it automatically comes back to you. So we'll just say that you used enhanced weapon, which will add a +1 to it. So that might be the +1 you were already talking about if that's what you saw. But,
that's kind of what I was thinking of.
So yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, you did 3 points of damage to this guy. You get the sense enhancing a weapon for you doesn't really do much because you're not much of a weapon fighter. But anything else on your turn, Dent?
I can really just move at this point, right?
Correct.
You know what? I'm gonna shout to the group encouraging words like "Go team."
Nice.
If we're opening up the world of shouting, I'm gonna shout too.
Yeah, the free actions are always there. Shout whatever you like. Firo, back to you, sir. There is currently only one combatant still left, and it's it's the first big hulking one that you were attacking. He is currently attacking the other kind of heavily armored ally you see, a very boisterous dwarf with a big beard and a giant fucking warhammer.
Well, and I'm coming up behind him, right?
You are technically you can flank him. You'd have to circle around Zunis, but you could come over that way. You definitely can reach him if you run over that way.
Well, if I could take one of the moves and go behind him.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
And then take my glaive and try to split his skull.
All right. Yeah. You still have divine favor up too, so go ahead and roll to attack. And let me know what your attack roll ended on.
Oh, come on.
What'd you get?
5.
Oh, I don't think that hits. Let me check one quick thing about divine favor though, because it might actually give you a bonus to that too. I'm just gonna double check, make sure that I'm not ripping you off. Nope, you do miss on that one. Sorry, sir. You tried your best though, and that's what matters, Firo. As you say to yourself, Rowena. Though that brings us back to you.
Before you guys get up, say hi, Carol.
Hey!
Hi, Carol.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey, Carol, good to see you.
Okay, all right, now you can go.
Rowena, that's your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like to circle,
around to
O3.
O3 and use what do I want to use?
Sorry, Bernie.
I think I want to use the rapier again.
Do it. All right, go ahead and roll your attack. Remember, you get advantage on these rolls and your sneak attack.
One sec.
$24
again. That was with advantage.
Yep, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage now and your sneak attack.
20.
Nice. All right, this dude, you kind of get right into where his just kind of weird placement of organs are, but you're able to kind of feel it squish in a little bit deeper as you kind of go through. This dude is almost dead, but still standing. He is just a huge sack of muscle and sinew. Anything else on your
fermented
turn?
Fish?
Correct.
Twist the knife. Twist the sword.
Anything else on your turn, Rowena?
Nope,
that's it.
All right. Oop, I think I went in the wrong direction, did I? Let me double check something. Oh, I did. Technically, I gave Rowena an extra turn, but that's okay. No one will be mad. Ivo, your turn.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I always hit the wrong button. Just the way it goes. Ivo, though, that's your turn.
Wait, isn't it Thad's turn, or is that where you messed
No,
up?
that's where I messed up. I went backwards from Thad, and I let Rowena go twice, but it's technically your turn.
Oh, gotcha. I like how Rowena did not say anything.
I don't know what's going on. I just respond when somebody calls to me.
But Ivo, you have just.
Could we remove the picture of the fish guy almost doing the fawns so I can see where the actual bad guy is?
Is there a fish guy doing the fawns? Where's that?
On the map.
It's still
up on the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I forgot because I'm not looking at that anymore. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Hey, okay, that should be off now. Is it off now?
Yeah, he's gone.
All right.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Kuatoa Fonzie, bro.
Yeah. So I want to keep my distance a little bit because I'm not doing so well in the old hit point range. So I'm going to actually take my crossbow and attack 0-3 with it. So let's give it a roll.
Indeed.
And then I get a 22.
22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. You don't need much.
Shoot, I gotta get an 8-sided die out. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Damage is. What does a 3 do?
A 3 does not kill it, but he's close.
All right. Then I yell out to the group, "We got it, team! Let's do it!"
So close! All right. That does bring us back to the monitor, though. And he is going to kind of spread the love around this time. First thing he's going to do is reach back with one of his claws and take a swipe at Firo. Firo, he does miss you, though. As you see his sparkling lightning kind of shoot across your eyes as you see his webs kind of light up a little bit. And at the same time, he'll take like a lunging bite at Thad. And he will miss that as well. Rolled 3s on both. So no luck for that. Zunis, it is your turn.
I'm joining the fight.
Yeah, I would love to see you kill this thing. I really would.
Bring me in.
All right.
I'm going in.
You got your trident out?
I'm using my great sword.
Oh,
I'm using my great sword again.
Yeah, do it. All right.
Yeah. I had a great time with it last time. And this time I rolled a 10.
That does actually miss. But you remember you get an extra attack, so if you want to swing one more time, you can.
I do. I'll roll the great sword again.
Yep.
And that is an 18.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage now, sir. Do this.
11.
How do you want to kill this thing?
I want to do it as a team with all my friends. I want all of us to get in there and just beat the living shit out of it with all of our weapons at once. It's not just me. This is the family. Yeah.
All right. So everyone just kind of dogpiles on this thing, seeing it kind of stumble to the ground, seeing your sword cleave through. And it's almost like a cartoon like from Peanuts where all you see is just this mess of like dust and like squiggle marks. And then you see like a fish eye and a fish hand go this way. It's just a gnarly scene of gross. But you do stand up and you see the corpses around you. And as you kind of investigate the scene and pause for a moment trying to think about what you see that the world spike that was at one point kind of floating in the center of this area start to rise. And as it gets closer to the roof of what you can tell, this rocky roof, you see for a moment that the rocks almost like vanish, just in like a circular pattern. And above it, you see a wooden hatch just kind of swing down, and the world spike floats up through it. The hatch closes, and it looks like you're in a cavern again. And then as that closes and you're like, the fuck just happened, wondering what goes through, you hear a voice speak to you from all directions. You all hear it, so it doesn't seem like it's in your mind, but you hear, well, I was not exactly expecting that, but nonetheless, it was quite nice to see what your abilities were. In either case, I'm sure you have many questions. I'd love to give you an opportunity to answer them.
First question. Who are you?
Ah, silly. I assumed you knew since you ended up in this facility. But I am Supervisor Ormond. This is my research station. And you have stumbled upon it, I assume. Although I do believe I recognize you. The young Stormwind Scion, no?
Who wants to know?
I do, like I said.
What do you know about the Stormwinds?
Quite a bit, as it turns out. I know that your fiance, in fact, is not the wonderful, generous person he claims to be. That he murdered your father, and that he has actually claimed to murder you as well.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm glad somebody in this godforsaken homeland of mine knows that he's not all he's cracked up to be.
Oh no, we at the Zatsarai actually understand quite a bit about him, and it's I think very useful. In fact, if we stopped fighting for a moment and perhaps we joined forces.
What do you think, team?
I mean, I'm the one that usually falls into these traps.
Voice.
I say we don't trust him.
I want the voice who's talking to show themselves. Where are you? Come out.
Roll a persuasion check for me, Ivo.
Oh wow, we lost our DM.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just trying to turn my fan on.
Nope, he's gone.
He's making a rap.
He's doing a grape jelly rap.
So,
Clay, what was in the rap?
What did you get on that? What did you get on that persuasion check?
I got a 23, and it was a barbecue chicken cheese wrap.
Sounds good. All right, so almost immediately around you, the space just in a flash changes. And you notice that you were in a very square chamber. Well, I shouldn't say square, more rectangular, but it is clearly man-made. The floor below you seems to be wooden, not like the rocky, uneven ground that you saw before. The fog is gone. That feeling of humidity is gone. And you appear to be inside some type of viewing chamber. At one end is a full glass panel that is a mirror, and you only see a reflection in it. In the next second,
we're in the lab.
A light comes on from inside, from behind the mirror, and it looks as though it is actually a two-way mirror. And what you see, a little bit tough to make out because the two-way mirror effect is still kind of strong, but you can see through it now with the light behind it. You actually see what appears to be an older woman in very well-kempt white and golden robes. And on her shoulder, higher than like where her heart would be, almost on her shoulder proper, is the circular symbol of the Zatsarai, which for Hans, so I can tell you, is a circle with like 4 perfect spirals kind of meeting in the middle. Behind her are a few other Zatsarai members and researchers, it appears to be, because they are also in similar garb. All of them have like little clipboards in their hands, and they seem to have been taking notes. So, I've shown myself, but as you can see, I'm not one to just attack wantonly. I'm more than happy to talk to you. I do think we have similar goals.
Wait, I know who this is.
I know who this is. This is the person who had the desk, because I said, is it a man or a woman? And Nate said, the DM said last time it was a woman.
Yes, you seem to have stumbled into my my office space and my chambers as well. Hopefully, you didn't find anything too embarrassing.
Simple misunderstanding.
Excuse me, that's my dog.
That's okay.
Hi, Simon.
Come on, Simon.
Rowena, do you recognize any of these people?
Do I DM?
Do I DM?
Oh no, you've never seen any of these people in your life.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. I think
Zunis
Zunis had a good point.
As
flattering as it is to know that these people
take my
side in
the
existential crisis of my life,
I think that,
we shouldn't trust them.
I agree.
I agree.
Trust no one is basically the entire game.
Do we see any kind of a way out of this place?
Roll a perception check for me, Dent.
You said persuasion?
Perception.
That would be a 3.
Nothing stands out. You see the door now that you came through, but it is closed. You see the windows in front of you.
Can I?
But nothing else seems to stand
Can
out.
I take a look?
Yeah, of course. Roll a perception check for me as well.
Can a non-idiot look around, please?
Is it when I click on the passive?
So you probably need to go to your skills table. So hit that grid again on the bottom right. Look for skills, and then look for perception.
Got it. Come on. I'm looking. $14.
You don't really see a way out of this room either. There are 2 very small slots at the far wall that you think maybe the others can squeeze through, but there is no way for you to get through them. You are way too big.
Well, of course, I'm going to tell the team. Say, guys, over there.
Well,
We're not going to leave you, Firo.
while they're a little distracted, or while our team is looking around, I want to kind of take the attention of the people observing us and rather confrontationally say, you all have been trying to kill us and our friends for the length of our journey. Why should we listen to you?
Oh, we've been trying to kill you. No. I would like you to rethink every time you've met one of our faction members, if we struck first or if you did.
It was offense.
While you intruded on a place you should not have been? While you trespassed and harmed Oz? No, I don't believe it was.
What about Watcher Sim? You tried to abduct and kill him and orchestrate our arrest and execution.
Indeed, we did not. He did the same as you, and the reality is you could have shaken the very foundation of what holds the world. I will be as honest with you as I can be. I will share everything there is Atsarai knows. But I do believe that we have similar interests, and perhaps if we put this aside, we would be able to see that.
Perhaps we could put it aside a bit more easily if we weren't being observed through a glass panel.
Well, I must admit my own weaknesses. I did not think that this would set you back as much as it did. I'm very sorry. Zunis, I believe, it must be you. I know the damage seemed pretty heavy. But it seemed a willing experiment to see what you could do against these creatures. I must apologize for that. I'm very sorry.
As a reaction to myself, yeah, I'm sorry.
A lot of people had to die for it too.
To die for what?
To get to where we are with you right here.
Perhaps, but people die every day. There are millions of people on Yara. Would you not rather see them live than a few pass?
I'd like to know what it is, this interest that you think we have that are so similar. What are you getting at?
Well, before I share that, I need to know that Rowena is committed. It involves her more than anyone.
Well, it's a catch-22. I can't tell you I'm committed until we know what the interests are. It's not just me I'm concerned about. It's the team who has done so much to help me.
Roll a persuasion check for me, Rowena, and roll at advantage.
Okay.
Wait, perception or persuasion?
Perception.
Persuasion.
Been there.
What'd you get? Sorry.
21.
Very well. I believe that you make a very fair argument. I can't fault the logic. Jackson, your former paramour, is, as I said earlier, quite an evil man. And we believe, from our insight from the Zatsirai agents in Wadep, in the capital, that he is actually in league with a demon. And if you understand the history of Yarn, you understand that demons and the fiends are not an evil we can let by. If he does amass power for whatever reason he's trying to get it, it means he will owe it to said demon. And that could open a new portal and possibly bring the rest of the world down.
And where does Lena and the Lordless fit into all this?
It's also a very good question. Well, Lena seems to have taken up with your former fiancé. I'm not sure if that stings. I imagine it doesn't, given the history. But they do seem to be rather in love, strange as you can call it. And they appear to be aiding each other. From what we can tell, they're forming some type of alliance to build a stronger political hold over Wadep. Perhaps he is looking for open leadership. I don't know. Perhaps he plans on having Lena rule in his stead and he go on to other things. We haven't found that much. But it does appear as though they are working together. We also believe the Lordless were assigned and hired by Lena to kidnap one of the lords from Wadep. Sorry, you lagged a bit there. Did you say anyone in particular?
Anyone we know.
Well, I can't say if you know her, but I can probably tell you her name. Hold on, let me look through my notes just for a moment, please. I apologize. Where did we put that?
What's your name? What's your name?
My name? Morel Ormand. 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 Where are you? I think I remember her name. Maybe. I might not, because I'm crazy and don't write things down. I thought I had it, though. I wrote her down. What was her name? Let me see if I can find her. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know where I put it.
Sidebar.
Yes.
Ivo, are you a demon?
Ivo is part devil.
Oh, okay. What's the distinction?
Technically, they're both fiends, and they exist on different planes. Yeah. But devils are more lawful, and demons are more chaotic, and they do not get along. Okay. Devils and demons. Ivo would know this, so I'll let him explain it, but I'll say that he's explaining it. But basically, devils and demons consistently fight. Like, they are at war with each other all the time.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. I found it. Yes, he...
Yeah, Rowena, we've talked about this.
Yeah,
I've explained it to you so many times.
Pay attention.
I'm a little overwhelmed, Ivo.
Morel continues and says, it appears she was targeting Sonara Moorholm. She's the youngest ruler in Wadep.
Let me just write that down. So you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was you cite the history of Yaren and believe in the power of demons, and yet you question the power of our deities and say the gods don't exist and didn't save this place. You have to connect these dots further for me.
Of course. We never said the gods didn't exist. We just don't believe they have as much of a hand in this world as the common rabble make it out to be. Sure, they may have existed at one point in time, but the world was destroyed. Where were the gods then? They're not the ones that lifted this place. The Azatsarai, the early founders at least, were. And we've been the people who've been keeping it up this whole time. We allow the world to believe that the gods are the ones who still mitigate that, but we know it's not true. If you removed all of the world spikes, the world would crumble. You've seen it. You've watched it happen. We know what you did in Sabrin.
I mean, that was an accident. Calm down.
But imagine if you did that at all of the world spike sites. What would be left?
Well, I think we need a few more answers about the world spikes, especially if we're going to be even, contemplating for a moment joining sides with you. Why was there a world spike in this chamber, and where is it now?
And how does that dovetail with Jackson?
She kind of pauses for a moment, deciding whether or not she should share this information with you.
Well, while she's doing that, I would probably step closer to Zunis and just kind of, with a very firm brow, just look at him and then look back at you and sit there going, okay.
So she does finally start to open up, and she says, well, I guess since we're being honest with each other, and I do believe that you will end up helping us in the long run, let's say you've come to a very important complex for the Azatsarai. This location is actually where the world spikes are created. And what you walked into was the chamber we've created to encourage the Kuatoa to imbue their magic onto the world spikes. You see, the Kuatoa are quite special. Not only are they magical, but they have the ability to create their own deities of a sort and imbue other things with magical powers. And so if you know how to apply the correct amount of leverage, they can create the world spikes.
Okay. It's very interesting.
But what does that mean?
What does that mean for my little island hometown and my evil ex-fiance?
Well, it's rather adorable that you call Wildep one of the largest islands, your small little hometown.
I'm from here. I can say that.
And she's rich.
I got money.
I was
rich. Fine. Again, the two are not necessarily mutually exclusive. We maintain the world with the world spikes, but we also endeavor to ensure no other creatures or threats tarnish the security of the world. If Jackson were able to amass power and he was indebted to a demon lord or an archdevil or some other archfiend, they could invade the world once more. No one would want that. The Azatsarai are not evil. You may think we are based on the decisions we make, but we are not.
I don't think you're
evil, just nihilistic.
But why would you
trust us after we've, by your own admission, killed many of your people?
Well, we are nothing if not observant. We've noticed that you have a particular disdain, let's call it, for Jackson. We were hoping perhaps, at least in this moment, if we partnered together and put aside our own little squabbles, you would perhaps take care of that particular problem for us. We could, of course, help you and aid you and give you resources.
This is incredibly tempting, but I defer to the team.
I guess my question to the... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I look at Zunis one more time. And then I slowly put my hand on the scimitar and just stare back at it.
Yeah, what do you think of that, Mara? Oh, I'm asking
Morel.
What do I think of what? The impending threat your giant Furbolg friend has made? I don't think
Yes.
I think the thing that you have forgotten is that you are trapped inside a very closed room that non-coincidentally...
Yeah, you're trapped in here with us.
No, I am on the opposite side of this wall, and you are not.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And
I guess my and this, so I can explain my position is that we were just attacked. We're inside of a box. We were being observed, and we're expected to trust you.
No. You may see this how you prefer, but I would quite happily remind all of you that you sneaked into this complex, that you came down here, killed my men and my soldiers, and that you charged into this space and were attacked by the Kuo-toa. My only guilt is neglect because I did nothing to stop it. Take that as you will.
Okay.
But again, you're alive. I expected that you would be. And if any of you were in mortal danger, I likely would have stopped this. And again, I believe the thing you have forgotten most is you are in an airtight room with very little leverage.
I have a sure. Please.
I want to take a pause, and I want to know two things, if I can speak for the group. The first is to I gotta scroll through the chat. Ormond,
yes.
Marvel,
Supervisor Ormond. Supervisor Ormond.
Oh, supervisor. Oh, soup now. You got supervisor title? Nice. So, what is the? My question for you is, what do we get out of this deal? And then my other question that I think we all have been wondering is, Firo, what are you doing here? Why did you wander in here and decided to help us out?
I believe I can answer a little bit of that question because I am not necessarily here for the group. I'm here for one person. I'm here for Zunis.
Hey, you keep touching me.
What do you mean you're here for Zunis?
I am been charged to guide Zunis.
Well, wait a minute. Who charged you? Because we were charged to guide Zunis.
A higher power.
Elm? No, Sylvanas.
No, Sylvanas. He's got the Sylvanas shield.
I was also charged by a higher power to aid this fishman. So perhaps we can chat a little bit more. What do you mean? How are you communicated with? I received a vision in my temple.
I share the oath that Zunis pledged to.
For my hallucination. Possibly for my hallucination? Or before that, when I had emerged into this world in the Helm Sanctuary.
I am here to help you.
Well, I'm happy you're here. Because I'm farther from home than ever right now.
Ivo, did you get?
I hope by my action that you all can trust me.
Firo, how did you know where we were at?
I was guided.
By who?
Higher powers. Sylvanas.
I can only speak for myself. I trust nobody. So what I'm thinking is, what we have is a simple question here. Would we rather join the Erzatzerai, join this demon-style man that they want us to take down, or fend for ourselves and quest it out again? I say we take a vote.
I must defer to. I defer to Ivo.
Ivo always has my best
interests at heart.
Well, Dent, you have experience as well with the Azatsuri. Perhaps now would be a time for answers as to why you left.
Now's not the time for that.
We really can't trust anybody.
Real quick, because
we truly have a mystery squad here going on, right?
Dent, if you could for me, based off that response, can you roll a perception check for me?
God, it's not going to go well, dude.
Is this Dent not doing his homework?
No. Just want to see if he notices something.
That'll be a 4.
No, that wouldn't be enough yet. Nothing seems strange. You're still talking to this group?
Well, I think we should take a group vote among those 3 things.
Wait, real quick. So, Thad, you were in the same position as Firo, right? You're saying that you're kind of confused because it sounds like both of you guys have been assigned the same task, right? Is that what I understood?
Well, I was simply curious to know if his calling to join us was of this world or another world. Because it's of another world, just as mine was, I am inclined to believe Firo that he is here to help us. But if he had answered that he was sent by some entity, by a person, by the Azatsuri, I would have issue. He has not been sent in that manner. He's been sent by a god. I was sent by a god as well. And to me, Firo, you're one of us now.
I appreciate that.
You're saving my life. So
I tell you right now, I pledge my allegiance to the group, but I will sit there and say that my focus will be Zunis.
This is great.
Oh my God.
That's perfect.
So sweet.
He is hurting right now.
Yeah.
Can
Wait.
Aren't you upset that Zunis not to sow further discord, but aren't you upset that Zunis is thinking about another god?
My efforts to protect and guide Zunis have never been directly about me or directly about Zunis. They've been about listening to the will of Helm. So if Helm's will is to collaborate with other deities, I'm not one to question it.
I would like everyone to roll a religion check, and I'm gonna give Firo, the clerics and paladins here, Firo, Zunis, and Thad advantage. So roll the religion check twice and take the higher number. And then while you're doing that, Zunis, a couple things for you to remember. You have been having visions off and on of a different godly entity. And there was one point in time where you swore an oath that seemed to imbue you with new powers.
So I got a 21.
Remember that oath. But I rolled a 4.
So anyone...
I got 19.
Anyone that rolled a 10...
I got a 22.
Anyone that rolled a 10 or more, some of the gods that have been named stand out. Helm, Sylvanas, etc. These are part of the savior gods of this world. And they were the gods who, as legend would have it, are the ones who originally lifted the islands during the destruction that happened. So them working together isn't strange.
I'd like to go over to that side of the room that you were describing with the 2 kind of small slats or holes in them, and I'd like to examine that.
Roll a investigation check.
That's going to be 20.
So there is a pretty, it's a narrow kind of slot, but you feel like you can squeeze through it. It would be tough, but you could try it. As you're looking through, you notice that it does kind of go back about you could just reach like the end of your arm span, so maybe about like 3 feet or so, and it does seem to open up more, and it seems like there's air, like a draft. So it does seem like it might be able to get you out, but you're not entirely certain.
Guys, I got to be honest. I think we've discussed this thing to death. We either pick a side or we get the fuck out. Who's in?
Sidebar with Ivo.
Hold on, I still have my outstanding question with Ormond of what do we get out of this deal if we help you out?
Yes, I think that's a very logical question. I think it was rather smart of you to ask. Again, I can give you the full resources of the Azatsarai if you were to help us nullify the Jackson issue. He will not be an easy foe to fight on your own. You will need allies. And my guess is you don't have very many. And we have eyes and ears everywhere. You may escape, you may even kill me in this moment. But that won't end this particular problem.
Ivo?
I didn't realize killing him in this moment was an option.
You could certainly try.
Could you do something? Could you give us something that would ensure our trust in you?
Actually, I think that I could. And it would help you in your endeavors with Jackson. So she holds up like a necklace. And it's got like a little skull pendant on the end. And its eyes kind of glow. And she says, this medallion, when worn properly, can actually help you read the thoughts of others.
Wow.
I think Thad should wear it and read.
Should wear it and do what?
Read the thoughts of Meryl.
Morel.
Almost like Street.
Morel Street.
There may or may not be a reason for that.
Yeah. I'm down to do that.
I think we should.
So I think to respond to Rowena, because you asked me, I think there's a couple different factors at play here, and I think everyone has their own little motivation and objective, but us being here is to hunt down Jackson. So unless you or the group foresees anything dangerous about joining forces with them, I think we should do it. But if you feel cautious at all, or maybe it's a bad idea, speak now.
Let's read his thought, or read her thoughts first.
I personally definitely want to nullify Jackson.
I'm just very curious. It feels like the Azatsarai have such wide-ranging influence. Why would they need us to take out Jackson? To me, that's so suspicious.
Well, because Rowena is so closely tied, she's almost like me.
Because we've been talking to gods. We're the shit, man. That's Thad's catchphrase.
I will prove I will prove my honesty, X889. But I don't. First of all, I believe your interest is odd. I didn't believe we gave you that ability to reason through, but regardless, it's a simple option. It's most effective to send your enemies after your enemies. Perhaps afterwards we will fight again. Perhaps you will learn that what we are trying to do is not as bad as you believe it to be, and we will ally more. But in the meantime, it makes sense to send an already powerful foe against another enemy. Again, I am not a liar. I will tell you the truth.
Dent. She just called you by name.
Right.
Do you know this lady?
Do you know this lady?
I do.
She your mother?
She your mother?
Or creator?
Well,
I guess you could go as... I think you could go as far as to call her one of my many creators.
Well, I'll tell you right now. With that being said, I think we should all do this and move forward.
I agree.
Destiny pulled me here to Wadep.
All right, guys. We had the whole necklace thing. We're not leaving that back.
I think that's a reward. If we,
Yeah.
Indeed it is. I will give you the necklace because I do believe it will help in your fight against Jackson.
Oh, I thought it was a test right now to see
No.
your thought.
No.
It was always considered. I believe it could do both. You asked, and I already had it on hand.
I mean, I'm the dissenting opinion on this one. I think it's a bad idea, but if it's the will of the group,
Wait.
I will join you guys.
Why do you think it's a bad idea? If this is your creator, this is one of your creators. Why do you say it's a bad idea?
What makes you think I like my creators? You know, I left them. I didn't want to be a part of the Erzatzerai. I don't trust their motives. And frankly speaking, if they're saying to us that it behooves them to have an enemy go after their enemy, why wouldn't it behoove us to have Jackson go after the Erzatzerai?
Oh, I think Rowena will not allow Jackson to do much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that Jackson needs any more power. I don't know. You know, I admit I'm biased. Perhaps I'm concerned with the intrigues of a small island nation. While the more existentially minded of you are concerned about gods and worlds. Perhaps I'm too short-sighted. But I know I came here for a reason, and I don't think I can leave this island without killing Jackson.
and if Jackson is indeed tampering with larger foes, demons, it seems to me I'd much rather dispatch the Erzatzerai, I say in hushed tones, after dealing with these demons than, before. Jackson seems like the bigger threat to me. And if we take care of him, then we can wrap other things up.
Right.
Megalomaniacal murder is more trouble in allegiance with a demon than not.
Yeah,
I will say. Oh, please go ahead.
Oh no! I think what I was going to say is that I stepped towards Zunis and said, "This is going to aid you to your path."
What will you say?
This
is going to aid Zunis to his path.
Zunis, this guy's your new buddy.
No. I was going to say that the Erzatzerai seemed like more of a common enemy than Jackson because he's more out of sight, out of mind. And the Erzatzerai have been following our every move and, potentially planting people that we've been battling this entire time. But if Firo tells me that this is going to aid my path, there is some value to it.
So I think my final word is that I think we should help the Erzatzerai out to kill Jackson, but only if Dent joins us because he knows how they work. He was created by them, so he should be able to tell us if they're trying to double cross us or do anything fishy. So only if Dent comes with us and helps us out do I say we go forward with it.
What do you mean by do anything fishy? That's a slur, man.
I'm not woke. I'm a mercenary. I'm sorry.
That was pretty good. Dent, can you do me a favor? I want you to roll two things. I want you to roll a history check, and I want you to roll a straight intelligence check.
All right. History check.
Zunis, if you ever want to send me some articles or material on speaking correctly to the fish realm.
FLM, man. FLM all day.
History check, we got an 8. And intelligence. Why can I not find intelligence?
Heyo.
I know.
It's just going to be right on top with your abilities. It won't have a skill line.
Oh, there we go. I usually command F for it. It didn't work that time. We got a 17 on intelligence.
Okay, and what'd you get on the history?
8.
So you would know this pretty well, although you don't remember all of the details based on just kind of what happened and how you had to extricate yourself from the Erzatzerai. The Azatsuri are not evil. They really don't do things maliciously. They are just very deep-seated in the logical belief that like they have to do what it takes to keep the world working. If anything, they kind of see themselves as a force of good and are just willing to do whatever needs to happen to make sure Yaren continues forward. You have seen them do troublesome things in line of that. What you don't 100% remember is exactly what, the details of what that has looked like. You just kind of you remember the general concept and philosophy of the Urzatsuri. Your concerns with the Urzatsuri are more around they were willing to discard you because you were broken. The rest of the players, by the way, the characters don't know that. This is just for Dent to kind of expand on, if he wants to. You were essentially going to just be scrapped. And this was after, your sentience had happened, and you decided you weren't going to be okay with that, which is one of the reasons why you were looking for other areas within the organization. But there is I think the big thing that you know about this that you could share if you wanted to is this organization isn't necessarily evil. They don't go out of their way to harm unless they believe it solves the bigger picture of keeping Yaren afloat. They honestly don't even get to positions of power to have power. They get to positions of power to seek their end goal of keeping what they believe is keeping the world functioning.
I guess I'll explain to the group that they're not inherently violent or evil, but that they do have their own agendas. And that makes me not trust them.
Are they the Democrats?
For what it's worth.
Pause for slow clap.
I stand with Ivo as well. I feel that we should, at least temporarily, unite with the Azatsuri, but only if Dent is on board as well. Dent is a sentient creature just as much as the rest of us, and his opinion matters in this, to me at least.
Well,
I'm also curious about Dent.
Listen, I've explained this to you guys several times. I don't trust the Urzatsuri. I didn't want to do their bidding for them. You guys all clearly want to do this. I'm with you guys as a group, as an all-star team, if you will. But if you're asking for my blessing in the righteousness of this mission, you're never going to get it.
Your begrudging assistance is all that we need. We have the blessing of higher powers, but I will pray, and I'm sure that Firo will pray as well for guidance for you from our deities, and perhaps on this journey you'll discover something greater about yourself.
And you have a book for me to read through.
Dent, we just want you on board. I don't care if begrudgingly, if you feel bad. It's actually better if you feel like you're not into it, because you're going to keep an eye out on it. Just want to know if you're coming along with us.
Yeah, I'm coming along. I'm just very skeptical. I'm skeptical of a mission by a group of people claiming to be on some kind of righteous religious quest, and yet the people sending us on this mission are unabashedly anti-religion, anti-God. Unabashedly. And every time you guys try and convince me to do it, you're like, but the gods told us to do it.
The gods aren't telling me to do anything except my own burning fire of revenge is telling me to kill Jackson.
Now, see, this I can get behind.
There you go.
There you go.
Quick question.
Morel? How do we know you won't just kill us after we're done killing Jackson for you?
reality is you don't. But if we do find a way to work together, then we won't have a reason to kill you. And I think Dent has already explained this. If there isn't a reason to cause harm, then we won't.
That's true.
I know, Morel, just so I can keep it on record, what did you call Dent before exactly? What was the name?
His name was XA8989.
Mm.
And that's his name. Dent is a cute moniker, but it's not his assigned number.
Curious about something. Why can't the Erzatzorai just kill Jackson themselves?
I said that 10 minutes ago.
I don't think you're
Why
quite
us?
understanding.
No, I remember the why us, but I don't remember.
I don't believe you're quite understanding the way the Erzatzorai function. Again, if we can stay clandestine, then we will.
Okay,
We
yes, you
certainly
don't
have
you're
the
not
resources to
people.
do this,
That's
but
right.
it would mean
Yes.
an open attack in most areas. We also have not found a good way to find to get in and get close. You will likely have better options of doing that.
Oh,
and
then
quite
yeah, I remember I said this. Yeah, my bad.
We have the opportunity to work together for both of our mutual benefit. We should take it. That is just logical.
All right.
Well,
All right, team.
it sounds like we're on board then, unless anyone has any final objections.
Give us that.
Give us that necklace, please.
Well, if you agree that you will store your weapons and not draw them, then I will allow you to leave the chamber.
Agree.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
You hear a and then the door swings open back into the hallway that you remember coming out of. The only difference is, in front of you are many Warforged soldiers and cultists. Like, you are glad you did not try to fight in this case. There are dozens and dozens kind of there blocking the rest of this pace. And the only path in front of you actually seems to be a secret panel that wasn't there before. Sides open to the side, and you can actually walk through as you see Muriel kind of in that pathway beckoning you onward. And you walk behind into the secret viewing chamber where she and the rest of her research colleagues are. And she says, "Here is the necklace. I am very glad for this partnership. My soldiers will see you out if you are ready to leave now. If you'd like to rest here, we obviously have beds. If there are further questions, we're happy to answer them. We may be able to meet in my office. Or if you prefer, you can go right to... It appears as though you might need some rest currently, but I will let you make that decision on your own."
Yeah, I think we all were pretty damaged from the battle. I think we're going to need a little bit of rest. If you can show us to where those quarters are, and then we'll take that necklace. Maybe Zunis would be the best to have it. I feel like he might be the most. Him or Dent, I feel like might be the most unbiased. Or no, you know what? Even Rowena. Actually, I think Rowena should have it.
She does kind of pull it
If
back.
she's going to.
And she says, "If I may maybe offer my own suggestion, I would certainly appreciate if Rowena had this, given her connection to Jackson. It may work better for her."
Read his mind.
Yes, that's what I was.
I was gonna take it.
I actually
don't want to read his mind. I want to read my mother's mind.
But I'll read.
I'll read anybody's mind. So thank
Strategy
you.
is
I'll
already
take it.
beginning. I love it. Brilliant.
I've been waiting
months for this.
Well, please, it does seem as though you would like some rest, and it is, I guess in a funny way to think about it, recently vacant. If you would, she kind of walks you through this chamber. You kind of enter out a well, and you head back towards the area that you recognize from the front, past the statue, past the resource vault, past the mess hall, and to the front of the complex, where you come back into that original dormitory where you saw many beds. Several beds are open. the one you kind of passed in, and you all find a place to sleep for the night. You all feel a little strange, sleeping in what was formerly enemy territory. But for the moment, it seems you have an unsteady truce, and you find a bunk to stay up. Are you guys going right to bed, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
To look in the desk.
Well, the desk is in Supervisor Ormond's chambers, so not in here.
Oh.
You could try to circle.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
And we know they're watching us at all times, too.
Correct.
Are there any guards in here or anything like that, or are we on our own?
No, you are on your own. The room is empty.
Hmm.
Can I go check out the supply cabinet, that like big locked, gated thing?
Dad's looking for booze.
So you can actually, but as
I get my buzz on.
As you walk back out of the dorms, there are people on the opposite end of the door. It seems as though the cultists have gotten around, and the warforged that they brought here are trying to renew their guard, put things up. You walk back up, and you do see that there is actually one station near the resource vault. Just one, though.
I'm gonna approach the guard.
Okay. It's a warforged soldier. This one seems quite a bit more muscular than what you recognize in Dent.
Gotcha. I kind of just like stumble up to him and put my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, "Hey, friend, you got a cask in there?"
We don't drink.
Oh, well, you should certainly try it sometime, because boy, oh boy, it would loosen you right up.
He just kind of like, you hear like his neck creak down at you, and he just stares.
I say, so what do you got in there then? Anything good?
This is confidential. Please leave.
I say, well, I can kind of see inside here, and I reach my hand through the portcullis, like pointing at some stuff, like this barrel over there.
What's your armor class again?
15.
15.
You're risking it all.
He kind of like shunts his kind of spear to the side, trying to block you. He does not able to block you, and you can get your arm through the portcullis, but he kind of now is like right on top of you, and he says, "Access prohibited. Please leave. Violence will ensue."
It's just one of them, right?
It's just one of them.
You
can see in this hallway.
Do I hear this?
It depends. Did you leave the dormitory with him, or did you stay in the dormitory where Zunis is?
I was staying. I think I was staying in the dormitory, but did I hear the noise? Did I hear this commotion going on?
No, it's pretty far away, and the door's closed, and the walls are stone, so it's pretty hard to hear through.
Okay.
I'll back off and stumble around back into the dormitory and shake off my little strategic drunken stupor and report back to everybody and tell them what transpired.
As you leave, you hear behind you, "Thank you. Have a good day."
So upon hearing about this, I propose that we go back, we incapacitate the guard, and I pose as him.
So you, you don't look anything like these guards. They're clearly a very different version of whatever Warforged you were. There are also more of them. There's just one in the hallway, but the rest would possibly be able to see you, depending on how this works.
Well, you got to make that more clear, Game Master.
I'm making it clear now for you.
I sack tap the Game Master.
By the way, you lost.
It seems like
10
there's
hill
a whole
points
bunch
as
of
God is
there.
angry. The ceiling collapses over your specific bed. Everyone dies.
End it all.
Say we go to bed, but
Yeah, these are future enemies, guys. They're creating new enemies for now, and we'll fight these guys later.
I just feel like we need to figure out a way to position ourselves strategically in terms of, I feel like right now what's going on is they're using us to hurt their enemy and weaken us. And while I agree with Rowena's rage, frankly, more than anything,
Thank you.
I'm wondering if there's ways that we can position it for them to be weakened by what we gain from this quest.
I think that's a goal a few weeks from now. In game time. That's not a now goal. You saw how many soldiers there were.
Yeah, that's true. There's no real intel to be had at this current time, is there?
Well, I guess this is me kind of forgetting the last couple of times we played, and I know that Dent, you were not here, but what's your goal? You've been coming along with us this whole time. You've walked in and you've decided to stick around with the people who created you. What are you trying to get out of this?
I'm not. How do I phrase this? I'm not here to just explain my character motivations to you guys at all times. I'm not some sort of expositionally written script. I have my goals. I'm loyal to this team above all else. And that should be enough for you.
You sound very one-dimensionally written. You don't sound like there's a lot of thought put into it.
also a bit defensive.
Shots fired.
Well, what is it? Am I defensive or am I one-dimensional?
I was going to say you sounded very robotic.
So my only dimension is that I'm defensive.
Yeah.
Ivo, do me a favor. Roll an insight check as you're talking to Dent.
I got a 19.
So Dent, it's kind of up to you, but he can tell if you're being truthful or not.
Then I stop talking completely.
The thing is, with what you just said, were you being pretty honest or were you trying to hide something?
No, I was being honest. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I said everything. Yeah. There's stuff going on that I'm thinking about, but everything I've said, I say honestly.
You don't think he's lying? Put it that way.
I say, all right, look, Dent, let's get some air. Dent, go work on your dog. Ivo, let's have a drink.
You guys are all very...
And then get some sleep.
Yeah.
In Bachelor parlance, Dent is not here to make friends.
I know, it feels like very Real Housewives all of a sudden.
All right, so you guys go to sleep in the dorm. Are all of you going to sleep? Is anyone staying up?
Are we the only ones in there? Has it been designated, or it's the only space? It's only for us.
You are the only ones in there currently. Yes. And you,
I think we should still take some watches.
just stealing things.
No. Take
an actual watch. I was thinking just trying to steal watches from this place. All right, tells you a lot about me. Okay, who's taking a watch then?
I'll take it.
Okay, Firo said it first, so I heard him. So you all start to hunker down, go down for the night. Firo, I would like you to roll a perception check for me while you're taking first watch. And
you said we're going to roll a perception?
Yep, perception. And then Zunis, as you're bedding down, I need you to roll a religion check for me as well.
Oh, I think I hit the wrong one. Hang on. Sorry.
All good.
7 for religion.
17.
All right. So Firo, not much seems to happen. A few people do actually end up walking into the room over the hours that you're staying up watching the door. They do seem to be the researchers that were left alive. There weren't very many of them. Most of them were murdered. But they don't seem to do much. They kind of give you a nod, accept the awkwardness of the situation, head to a particular cot, and sleep. They're asleep as much as you can tell. They don't seem to be doing anything weird or strange. Zunis, as you're sleeping, you really have a hard time finding a comfortable position. You're tossing, you're turning, and you're just not able to find rest. And you notice over time that you actually are sleeping. You're just dreaming, and your dreams come back to some of the hallucinations and visions you had before. You seem to be almost underwater, but you can't make out the water. There seems to be seaweed and kelp. And as you're kind of trying to get through this like really dense seaweed, you keep seeing this vision of an oak leaf, just like right behind it that's glowing, and it's kind of the only source of light where you are. And as soon as you feel like you're just there, it seems to go behind another set of seaweed, and it's just a little further and a little further, and it just keeps pulsing and glowing as if it's calling you towards it. As you keep trying to get closer and closer, you get the sense that there is a presence next to you, and it doesn't seem to be malicious. It actually seems to be helping you in this. And every time you get a little bit closer, the sense of that thing next to you, of that presence next to you, seems to get less next to you and more behind you, as if it's pushing you towards this thing. And this goes on for hours as you're dreaming, but you can't make out exactly what it means.
I feel like I know what it means.
Maybe.
Very nice. Yeah, cool. Good feeling.
So it is 8 my time. That's 3 hours or so. We could stop here. It's a good stopping point. We could go a little further. Kind of depends on how you guys are doing.
I could do another like 20 or 30, but I'll let the New Yorkers decide.
Because it's like 11 where you're at, so you tell me.
And also Hans is an East Coaster too.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Uncle Hans?
Up to y'all East Coasters. Totally fine to stop here.
I am open for let's 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think we could do 30 minutes. I think I could probably make 30 minutes work.
30 minutes it is. Let's do it.
All right.
So who's taking next watch after Firo? It's been maybe about 4 hours.
I've been sleeping poorly. I might as well get up.
So you do wake up, pass off from your new person. Are you guys saying anything in exchange before you hand off watch?
I didn't sleep well.
No, I just mentioned that these people came in and looked around and that didn't really do much of anything. Everyone seems to be pretty good, pretty safe.
Take a rest, you deserve it.
So Firo goes off to bed, and you kind of go and take your watch. Make a perception check for me as well, Zunis.
19.
You don't notice anyone change. Some of the people, like some of the Urzatsarai members that were sleeping here, kind of toss and turn a little bit. Nothing weird. There's some snoring from your peers. From the corner of your eye, near kind of the fireplace that is lit, you do notice the flames seem to kick up around something, almost as if there's a circular shape in that area. But it doesn't seem to be clear. It doesn't seem like there's anything there. It just seems like the flames and light are bending around stuff.
Go investigate.
So you get a little closer, and you do see that the flames are in fact bending around something. Can you roll a Arcana check for me? You don't know what this is. If it's just a trick of the light, if there's something weird here, you're not really certain. But the hours...
So just think about it.
The hours kind of pass. You're not really sure what this weird shape is. You kind of keep looking at it. After a while, it does seem to dissipate and go away. But it was very strange, and you're not sure what it was. You sense that it's something magical, but you're not sure what its purpose was. But hours go by. You guys have all had a chance to rest. Hard to tell what time of day it is because you're underground and there's no windows or anything leading upwards.
Can we assume at this point that our damage is back to full health?
Yes, you can all take a long rest on your character sheets and get your spell slots back, etc. But you kind of go out, and as you walk through, you see that Supervisor Ormond has been apparently waiting for you. She is waiting at the base of the statue, and as she sees you kind of walk out of the dorm, she kind of beckons you forward and says, "Well, I hope you had a very nice rest. And if you could, I believe you probably need a bit more direction before you leave here on your journey. Please come into my office. And she kind of beckons you into the office with her and sits down at the table as the rest of you kind of seat in that space and kind of congregate, because there's, a good chunk of you now right in front of her desk. And she says, so, of course, we are in agreement that Jackson must be eliminated, and his plans, whatever they may end up being, are unacceptable, and they need to be put to stop. What happens after that, we can discern at the time. But for now, we will not harm you if you do not harm us, at least intentionally so. I do have some suggestions, though, if you're open to hearing them.
Yes.
You also mentioned that you might have some allies for us.
Yes, indeed. We have a few different ways you can go about this, but I would strongly encourage one particular method. As I said earlier, Lena Orbweaver, the Castleton of Castletown, and Jackson are clearly in cahoots, and they have been working together for some time. It appears as though she may be the weakness, and is also far enough away from Wadep to not earn any unnecessary eyes on the operations that we are doing. Quite frankly, Castleton does not also have a large militia or armed force, although she has been amassing some type of fighting force with the Lordless, as you've been able to ascertain. But my recommendation would be to target Lena first, discover what Jackson and her plots are through her, and then once that is discovered, continue after Jackson. Jackson is very powerful, and I've had a good viewpoint of what your abilities are. I do not believe you're ready to face him now. And if you did, it would likely end in disaster for you and your loved ones. So I would suggest that you actually head to Castleton from here. Discover what you need to discover about their plans. If possible, but not necessarily needed, kill Lena and find a way to attack Jackson through her.
Supervisor, do you happen to have a map of the area?
Of Castleton?
Of exactly what you're talking about, just in case some of us don't exactly remember where we are in Yarn right now.
Yes, absolutely. Stand by 1 moment. Let's see. Let's do Wadep. Should have a map somewhere. Where are you? Dude. Okay, so here is...
Is there a body count on how many people we've killed yet?
I have not been keeping track, but I'm sure it's many. Okay, so here is the island that you're currently on. Hans, I don't know if you're still on the map view. Tell me if you can't see it, but I can add it in the chat if it's easier for you as well. So you are currently in the city of the dead.
I have one view, but I don't have that view you're probably going right now.
I'll upload it to the chat here so you can see it in a bit. But basically, you're on the far east in the City of the Dead graveyard. Castleton is on the opposite side of Celadrin Lake. And then Wadep is to the southwest. So they're both about equidistant in terms of getting to it. But she does also have a map of Castleton that she could give you if you want to look at it when you get there or in the future. You spoke of allies as well, Rowena. We do have several.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we have many agents throughout. I am probably sharing quite a bit of information at this point, but I believe we have enough of a truce to make this clear. We have high-ranking officials inside the governance of Castleton. I will give you his name and a note on your departure, and a code that you can use to speak with him. We also have other leaders hidden within the Temple of the Saviors, which is about halfway through here in Castleton, that may also be able to help. But I would leave it up to you which way you plan on attacking.
That all sounds great. Supervisor, you mentioned that we should kill Lena. I'm obviously not opposed to the idea, but do you think she's salvageable at all? Are there any redeeming qualities to her?
I don't know if you need to kill her. It's not that I think that you should. It's that it may be more convenient to the task at hand if she is no longer a threat. If you find some way to nullify that otherwise, you're more than welcome to take sovereignty in that regard. In our understanding of Lena, though, she is quite a vicious ruler, and she would not likely be of help unless you find some type of manipulating or conniving method of doing so. She is not trustworthy to most regards, and I don't know if I would call anyone evil per se, but she is quite vicious. The main target is Jackson. However it means to get Jackson taken care of, that is our request.
And how can we communicate with you?
Well, there are several different methods of doing that. If any of you perhaps know the skill sending or message, there are magical means of doing so. You could also, again, gain contact with the people that I will eventually give you. If you can get correspondence to them, they will inform me. There are several different ways to do that.
Can I reach you on the
sending stone?
I don't believe... she kind of sees the sending stone you're talking about. That sending stone is likely paired with another one. Perhaps one of my contacts can give you one later on, but I don't have one on me now.
Does the necklace have a certain amount of distance that it expires its ability? Like you're no longer allowed to read someone's mind.
Okay, I see. So, yeah, I'll give you the necklace information in the chat so you can see it. Technically, it's not like you read someone's mind forever. It's more of like a in the moment kind of thing, and you can do it for a limited amount of time.
So it's not like you're a million miles away. We communicate with you by reading your mind. Tell that. Yeah.
Where did it go?
Is that the wisest Celestial Dragon?
Is it? I just looked at
Jess.
So. Watch out. I'm doing a laughing face.
Okay, so here is the link to the medallion, so you know what it does.
Can you put it in my
inventory, DM?
Yes. I will do that now. Well, if there are no other questions or things that you seek, I would recommend there's no better time than now to get on with it.
Anybody else have any questions?
So who are these allies that you're going to pair us up and contact us with?
Well, we're going to save that for next time. All right.
Sounds good to me.
Rowena,
I'm with it.
In your inventory.
Thank you.
All right, friends. Well, that's the Jimmy Jam tonight. We'll end there.